We go. All right, we're live. We'll wait a few minutes for some people to stop in. In the meantime, for those who will be watching on replay, welcome to Straight Talk and Fedora Chic. If you are new here, we are a commentary channel. Once in a while, we do a little sit-down comedy. Sometimes do the downright cringeworthy, but hey, I own it. Hey, I own it. Tonight we have a guest.
One moment. I'm so sorry. One moment. My son.
Sure.
I have to go get to my son.
Yeah, sure. So, So tonight's guest, we'll wait for Nova-Reii to return to officially introduce her to everyone. Hey, just a sub. Good evening, Rusting Bitch Face. Hello. So we're waiting for a few minutes. Nova-Reii, my guest, the guest is taking care of something. And we're waiting for a few more people to stop in. Hey, Michelle. Yeah, good to have you. Yes, Michelle, we will have your favorite part of the show coming up. But, let's get that out of the way right now, Michelle, because we know this is Michelle's favorite part of the show. And that is the obnoxious e-begging portion of the show. All righty. Yay. So if you wish to support the channel, for those who don't already know, Patreon is suspended for right now, so you cannot help me there, but I still have PayPal for one-time donations if you wish. Okay. Also, I have a merch store. Okay, if you want to check my merch out. One-of-a-kind designs. And I have Discord. So if you haven't joined our Discord server already, what are you waiting for? Come and meet some awesome people. It's one of the few Discord servers I can say with pride that has very little drama. And you have to be 18 and up to join. Yeah. So that's... Yes, and please give a thumbs up and please subscribe. Yes, once again, to those who don't know already, that Patreon is suspended for the time being. Long story short, I kind of felt the need to regroup. And I was feeling an odd sort of pressure to perform with it, And, and I was feeling bad. I had skipped a month and I feel really bad for not fulfilling my obligations or my promises, And so I decided to shut it down for the time being. If later down the road it warrants, I'll reopen it. Yeah. So, so anyways, we are waiting for Nova-Reii to return.
I'm so sorry. I'm back.
That's okay. Is your son okay?
Yeah, no, he's okay. He's okay. He just wasn't. He thought he was feeling a little sick for a second there, but he's fine. Yeah, he's fine. He said hey to everyone.
Okay, hi, and tell your little man that we hope he feels better very soon.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm so sorry, but
the life of a mom, right?
Yeah, exactly. Hey everyone, I'm Nova-Reii.
Yeah. So that's Nova-Reii, as you can see here. Hey Leslie. Hey Leslie. Rusting Bitch loves you.
Hey Rusting Bitch Face.
Yeah, and Michelle hopes your son feels better soon.
Thank you everyone.
Yeah, well, yes, we all do. Like I said, a mom's job is never done.
Never.
How old is your son? 11. Okay. Yeah. Well, as long as you don't start a family vlog.
Oh no. And I actually recorded vlogs before that had him in it, but I took them down because I started seeing just how crazy some people can get. So I said, yeah, let me take them down.
Yeah, I know. There were a few other channels. They weren't running family vlogs, but the kids were featured sometimes in some of the shots. Like, there's this channel called The Needy Homesteader, and it's basically, I don't know why she calls herself a homesteader. It's not really a homesteading channel. But, she does things talking about homeschooling, because she homeschools her youngest kids.
Oh.
And she does a lot of cooking videos. Heather is the name of the host of that show, and and she does grocery hauls. She was a mom with 6 kids, and she wanted to show how she had 6 kids on a budget.
6 kids.
Six, yeah, 6 kids on a budget, you know.
One
And,
is enough.
a lot of people tell me that. Imagine she had 6.
Yeah.
And he has 6, and so she did that kind of thing for. So that's the type of channel she has, you know, housewife, mom type. And once in a while, she'd have the little ones tasting whatever she made.
Mm-hmm.
But then she decided to keep her kids off screen because she had noticed how it's not safe for them.
Yeah, I think that's once I started doing commentary, especially. What up, Leslie? What up, Wode? When I started doing commentary, especially, and seeing how some of these trolls behave when it comes to the personal life of people that they don't agree with.
Yeah.
No, I have to. I mean, I even took them down off my social media, all of that stuff, because it was just, and he wants to game. He wants to get into gaming, like live streaming when he's gaming.
Sure.
But I'm working into that because I get it that that's what he wants to do. But it's scary. It's scary. You can bother me all you want, but my kid, no.
Yeah. I'll tell you this. There was a woman who used to collab here. She used to have a mental health channel. She was called Journey to Find Kay. And Kay was a mom of 2 boys.
Mm-hmm.
And both of them are high functioning autism spectrum.
Mm.
And she was saying, like, we did a whole stream about children and social media and how it's a bad idea.
Mm-hmm.
And she was saying, like, how her 6-year-old wants to have a TikTok account.
Oh, yeah.
Her 6-year-old wanted a TikTok account. Go figure.
Yeah,
well, of course she says no to that, but she says no to that. But it's always with the kid's father, it's a good cop, bad cop kind of thing.
Yeah, that's usually how it goes. I'm pretty fortunate in that when I make certain decisions like that, his father is agreeable. So he's like, whatever your mom says. But yeah, it is hard when they start to get to the age because they're aware, they're familiar.
Yeah.
They see how their parents utilize social media, and so they want to utilize it in a similar fashion. And so it makes sense that they would want to do that. I mean, I know he wanted a Snapchat account. I think it was last year because all his friends had one, and I was like, absolutely not. It's not.
No. Yeah, there's time. So let's address the chat before we begin tonight's topic. Let's address the chat. Who's here? We're resting bitch face. Michelle R. Resting bitch face. Michelle R. Just a sub. Who else? Leslie Pritchard. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Wode. Anti-apocalypse. Hey. Anti-apocalypse. Yeah. And that's about it. Yep. And that's about it. Leslie says her son is obsessed with TikTok, but he's almost 22. Yeah, I can't do that. Hey, Ray Phoenix. Good to have you. Always good for you to say hi. Ray Phoenix, who built the Discord server, without whom there would be no Discord server. Yeah, because I'm not tech savvy. Well, I'm not tech savvy at all.
Uh-huh.
Ray Phoenix is the tech wizard.
It's a lot too. Once you start to get into all these different platforms and how to entertain, how to serve your community and on all these different platforms, it becomes a lot. And so I get it. Sometimes you need to be able to delegate that responsibility.
Yeah, let's see a few other. Resting bitch face. My son games, but he doesn't show his face, just the screen. Okay, cool. And Leslie Pritchard says, Dad Challenge podcast is working so hard to take down family bloggers. Yeah, really? Dad Challenge podcast. You've ever heard of him, Nova?
Mm-mm.
Josh is his name. He's another fellow Canadian.
Mm-hmm.
He has a YouTube channel. I don't know what he was doing before the Stoppers got his attention. You've heard of the Stoppers, huh? The ones
It's
that rehomed their child.
Oh yes, 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 yes. I thought you
Yeah,
said stalkers, but yes, 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 yes. I
stalker.
definitely, yep, I heard of them.
Yeah,
I thought you
yeah,
said
they're gross.
stalker, and it made me think of something else. But yes, that family, I did hear of them, and I was I didn't follow their story, but I was like, wow,
Yeah, we did. I did a couple of
that's
videos on this channel
terrible.
about the stalkers, and one of them, Resting Bitch Face, was actually on with me for it.
Hmm.
And yeah, so that's how Dad Challenge podcast, his channel blew up when he started covering the stalkers, and now he's covering other family channels.
Oh, I gotta check that out, definitely.
Yeah, he's a fellow Canadian. He's cool. So I'll link his channel in the pinned comment below when we're done. So yeah, that's our take on it.
Hmm.
It's okay. It's a lot to manage all these social medias,
Yeah.
and he lives in another state. He's getting to the age where you could start relaxing the parental restrictions. I heard, and so you got him microchip them. Those dreadful people. Yes, they are dreadful people. I mean, not Dad Challenge podcast. He's awesome. He's awesome.
The family.
The family vloggers. Well, there were others like the what is it? Who are they? What was their name again? The Ace family.
Yeah, that's another one that I'm not too familiar with because I've never really been into family vloggers. I thought a lot of it was staged, and I didn't. It wasn't my. It
Yeah.
wasn't what brought me joy. Just but but I'm just not. Once you have a following like that, I kind of have mixed feelings about having kids out there, especially seeing how on a small scale communities can sort of run off the rails and things can happen that are just unbelievable. I can only imagine on a larger scale, and you have children involved, and now I don't know. I can't.
No,
I
I
can't
get
do
it.
it.
I get it.
Yeah.
Hey, Airy Nothing. Welcome to the
What's going
channel.
on?
Welcome to the stream. Airy Nothing, 8 passengers. That's another family channel that's
Oh
been
wow.
hit with that's gotten themselves into scandal. I don't like saying hit with scandal because they got it into them
Oh man.
themselves, and they brought their kids into it unwittingly as well.
It's amazing to me that I think definitely social media hit us before the understanding of how to navigate it did. And so you have a lot of people who jumped on the idea of, not only sort of being able to pave their own way, but make money and be able to have a lifestyle that they may have not had otherwise. And didn't really, I don't think a lot of people realize what the fallout would be when it came to
No,
what effect it would have on children and
no.
how the bad side of it, the good side, but
Oh
what
yeah,
is the dark side of it all. And
yeah.
we see it in the community that we do commentary on. um
Exactly. I mean, the Dad Challenge podcast. He is a dad, but he never brings his family on camera.
yeah, I don't blame him at
He does
all.
commentary. He does commentary, and he does a lot of commentary, of course, on the stalkers and other family bloggers and what his issue is. So we never see his family, but he calls himself the Dad Challenge podcast. And sometimes he has guests. So I'll link his channel in the
Yeah,
pinned comment
definitely.
below so you can all check him out. And anyway, so yeah. So, anyways, on to today's topic. Yay. We've already gotten the e-bagging portion of the obnoxious e-bagging portion is out of the way. Everything else is out of the way. So today, it's kind of lighter fare. It's going to be a discussion. We'll do a few cringe reactions just for shits and giggles. And so the discussion portion will be: should mukbangs be banned or demonetized?
Hmm.
Okay. And we're discussing it because apparently this is a hot topic, one of the topics of the town these days. And I thought maybe we would be a good topic to delve into. And for the
Mhm.
tips and giggles portion, some cringe. Some cringe. So I've got a few cringe videos lined up. What do you want to start with? Discussion, or should we start with the cringe react first?
I think we should start it off with a cringe. Why
All
not?
right. What do you want? The recipe for WTF salad, or do you want to see the new mukbanger, Mukbang Mermaid?
Oh, I mean, you never see me turn down a good time. Let me get that mukbang mermaid, please.
All right. Mukbang Mermaid. Hey, Lauren. Good to see you. Oh, Wode, you live for cringe? Well, then stick around. Because Mukbang Mermaid, I don't know how, I stumbled on Mukbang Mermaid quite by accident. I was looking for videos to react to for tonight's stream. And I usually go to the channels that do the mukbang cringe compilations. That's the best place to go, right?
Those are great, yeah.
And I stumbled on to the Mukbang Mermaid on one of them.
this sounds interesting. I mean, does she have like mermaid hair or something like that? Like, or is it just her name?
No, this one has, I don't know why she calls herself or himself. I'm not even entirely sure what gender this person is.
Okay.
They're in a costume, but yeah.
I'll see. Okay. I like I like the suspense. I like it.
Yeah, it's like, so they've become suffice to say, they've become a kind of a guilty pleasure around here. Okay, hang on.
Mukbang sweet and sour shrimp.
Yeah, sweet and sour shrimp. All right, even the voice is weird. Okay.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
To improve their writing.
All right, the ads.
What the fuck? What?
Sorry, it was in the middle. Let's start it.
Like 5 pieces of shrimp.
I love the nails on the gloves.
Yeah. Like, there's no sides or nothing. It's just shrimp.
Do you understand half of what they said? I still don't.
Absolutely not. I have no idea what they just said.
So basically, it's sort of, I think they're trying to take on a bit of the Nikocado meltdown thing. You know, corporate.
Yeah. That sort of out of control, ridiculous persona. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. So I think they're complaining that apparently the fried shrimp was supposed to come with sweet and sour sauce. And I guess there's no sweet and sour sauce. And that's really putting them off. All right.
Upset too, especially because there ain't nothing else going with it. Like, there's no fries, there's no rice. It's just hanging out shrimp.
5 sad pieces of shrimp.
I'd be pissed off too.
Give me a second, lady. Hey, Bevels. Give me a second. These people got me going crazy. Like a bear through the basement.
Get your wig on right. There you go.
What did you say?
Huh?
Did you say something?
I was saying, get your wig on right.
I don't know.
A wig and a hat? Jeez Louise, that's a lot going on.
Well, that mask with those big ears. Hey, shady booty. Gremlins. Michelle thinks it's gremlins.
Yeah, it looks like a gremlin.
They're upping the ante, all right. Harry,
That's
nothing.
the thing. Is that you have a lot of people like in a lot of communities that the ones that you see coming out now tend to be a little bit more ridiculous, and it's like there's this need to up the ante, as was just said, to stand out because it's so overly saturated.
Exactly. Mukbang channels nowadays are a dime a dozen,
Yeah, pretty much.
There are a few who have actually become millionaires out of it. like Nick Avocado, Stephanie Sue's Toya ASMR. I think Veronica Wang as well. Who else? Oh, there are a few others, but I can't think of them offhand. But yeah, it's become so. It's become a dime a dozen. So you got to do something, to keep up with the competition, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, but this is a small channel, and they appear to be quite new. So yeah, let's. Yeah, it's the sauce.
Damn, that phone is like circa 2000.
What?
That phone is like circa 2000.
I noticed. The other thing I noticed too is that flip phone.
Yeah, I had that phone in high school, I think.
Hey, damn Danny, good to see you. How
What
much
up,
did
Danny?
I don't understand how people watch mukbangs instead of eating when they want to eat. If I'm hungry, watching someone eat just makes me hungrier. Yeah, there are some people who say it helps them lose weight. There was even an article about it on CTV, which is a Canadian news media outlet, TV media. And they actually said there were some people who said that people like Nick Avocado helped them lose weight. Go figure,
Yeah, I can see that because it's so ridiculous.
It is. So go figure. Yeah, it even featured Nick Avocado in that article.
Yeah, I bet, because he's one of those that you will see eat and be like, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna skip on that McDonald's because of the way he eats. But I think that if you just see like a person doing I guess you say eating a normal sized portion, yeah, I don't see the appeal in it either. I see the appeal in the cringe part of it because I think that's funny. But I've never been a person to follow mukbangers and watch everything that they do, other than Chantal and Amber and Reed, and even then I don't really follow them like that.
No, I hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, let's go. God, the phone even has an antenna.
I remember that phone. He mad as hell over that shrimp.
Uh-oh.
Just gonna have to make my own sweets out of something.
No, you're not cooking. No, you are not cooking. I forbid you.
He's raging over the shrimp right now.
They're going to, like I said, I don't know what gender this person is. So
yeah, it could be. I think it's a he, but
huh?
I think it's a he, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, forgive us if we misgender because I have no idea, honestly. Even the voice, it's not a giveaway. Anyways, this one's gonna go cook themselves some sweet and sour sauce, and the idea of them cooking, I don't know. How many of you in the chat and Nova, are you scared of the idea of them cooking?
I think because he might like destroy the stove off of just raging out. So yeah, I'm kind of nervous about this.
Yeah, it's kind of gross to be when Nick eats because of the way he smears the sauce all over his face. Yeah, some of these mukbangers have some atrocious table manners.
Yeah, it's. I mean, all the sauces and dipping everything in a shit ton of cheese and stuff like that is like, yeah, I can't watch it. It's too much for me. But I do like the cringe element. Like I could watch a cringe compilation and love it, but to ask me to sit down and watch a whole Nick Avocado video, not gonna happen.
Oh no, and there are others like Steven Suki, for instance. This is another one with terrible table manners. He's a mukbang channel. He has
sushi guy, right? Yeah, that guy is another one. Yeah,
Suki. Yeah, and contrary to his name, he doesn't only eat sushi. In fact, I don't think I've ever eaten sushi.
Yeah, no, I've only ever seen him dip pizza in ranch and every other, like he's just ridiculous. So he's another one.
Yeah, he is, exactly. Oh, Lauren's thrilled. Lauren wants to see them cook. Arian is asking if this is a parody. I believe they are a parody. They obviously don't take themselves seriously, and I think there's some trolling for good measure. I think this falls under the category of guilty pleasure.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, it's it will appeal to a certain audience, you know. And I can't be mad at it because, like what we were saying earlier, the that community is so overly saturated that it's gonna take someone coming out and doing something different for people to, you know, pay attention to them. So I
Like,
get it.
there was this mukbanger out of Korea, which is where mukbang started. This Korean mukbanger called So Young. And this is a girl. Oh, God. I think a bunch of animal rights groups were trying to get her off because she was killing her own animals on camera.
What?
Yeah,
But that-
like you would see her fighting with an octopus. You would see her fighting with a live octopus. She would be going into this barrel, fishing for her own eel with her hands, like they were frogs, like yeah, she would do that. The squid, the squid that was snapped back at her. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
I think I've seen some of those videos, like on the cringe compilations,
yeah,
where. But I think that's the crazy part about where we're at in the world right now, because at the end of the day, like, these animals don't come to your table already cooked. Like, they have to be,
yeah.
so it's almost like we live in a world where we don't want to face certain realities, and that's the reality of it. Like, it starts off as a live, whatever, it's alive when and it has to be, so that
Hey,
we can enjoy
squirrel.
it.
Hey, squirrel. Sir Reginald Squirrel Esquire just joined
What's up,
us.
squirrel?
Yeah. So yeah, exactly what you were saying. It's like yeah. So basically that's what it is. She would have to fight off her food before killing it and feeding it in submission and eating it. So that's why a bunch of animal rights groups are trying. We're trying. I don't know if she's off the platform or not because I haven't checked her out in a long time. But yeah, there were some issues regarding cruelty toward animals.
Yeah.
I guess Mermaid's going to cook. We're going to let Mermaid cook.
I see Mermaid cook.
We're going to cook sweet and sour sauce because the restaurant didn't send the sweet and sour sauce with those sad shrimp.
Come on, Mermaid. Let's see what you got.
Okay.
Hey, Bubbles, we're just gonna have to go in the kitchen. And I'm gonna have to make my own sauce. Come on. Let me make some sweet and sour sauce.
They're walking like Quasimodo.
Yeah.
How do you get somebody to sleep without the sauce? How do you do the shrimp without the sauce?
Okay.
I'm just gonna
You're
make
editing.
some red sweet pepper. For the sour, I got some hamburger pickles.
So let me get this right. We're going to make ourselves a sweet and sour sauce with pickle juice and pickled sweet peppers. Or sweet
Yeah.
peppers in a jar.
Yeah, I think it was the sweet peppers that come in a jar.
Okay. I have recipes for sweet and sour sauce, and they might entail red peppers, like sweet bell peppers,
Mm-hmm.
but not pickles.
Yeah, I've never. I don't know where this is going.
Okay, well, we're about to find out, I suppose.
Juice, chips, and dip juice. And I got my pot.
Guess that's a clove of garlic in there. Oh, the pickles are going in too. Okay.
It's a lot of pickles.
I'm just gonna mix this up, Bubbles. I'm just gonna mix this up and keep mixing it up and turning it up. I'm gonna do this for about 2 hours, okay? And it's gonna be nice and thick, and then I'm just gonna drain my pickles and my peppers, and I'll just have a nice juice. And I'll see you guys back at the table, okay, Bubbles? I love you.
Go, boy.
2 hours later.
I mean, I cannot believe this.
That's all the sauce it yielded?
That's nothing. I'd be
I
pissed
realize
off if that's all I
large-
got out of all that.
I realize that's a larger container. But why do I
Probably
get
had something to do with it.
why do I get the feeling that's actually pre-packaged, pre-bottled sauce? Because it doesn't look like a jar of pickles and a jar of sweet peppers would yield. It doesn't even look the right consistency.
Yeah, because I think to make it the consistency of like that the Jello, you have to add not Jello of the sweet and sour
Cornstarch?
sauce. You would have to add some sort of like uh,
Cornstarch?
right, like something that will make it thicken up a little bit. And he didn't add any of that, so I keep saying he. Sorry, guys, but
Like I said, we really don't know what gender this person is, so don't come ask for us for misgendering them.
yeah, please spare me with that bullshit. I just think like I'm so tired of the. Whatever. Anyway, let me stay on topic. Um, because it's just too much sometimes. But yeah, the it doesn't look like the consistency that will come from like what you said that will come from just the pickles and the sweet pepper. So I don't know. I might have to try that though because I love sweet
Okay.
and sour sauce.
You'll have to let us know if it looks like that consistency,
Yeah.
you know. But like I said, because I believe this person is a troll, and I believe they're trolling.
Yeah,
And
100%.
so, who's to say they didn't already have like the sweet and sour sauce in a little packet, you know, and
Oh, yeah.
you know, or they had the packets that were aside, you know. I mean, sweet and sour shrimp is not real Chinese food anyway. Let's face it.
No.
Sweet
No,
and
it's
sour
not.
anything is not real Chinese.
Yeah, it's not.
So
I mean, yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, it's kind of what you would find in a food court. In a
Yeah.
food court,
Yep. It looks like that. Same color, some everything. I mean, honestly, you probably or when they ordered the sweet and sour shrimp, probably ordered the sweet and sour sauce on the side and then just put it in there. Um,
yeah, I'm
yeah.
inclined to believe that too, because that doesn't look like the consistency you'd get from pickles and peppers.
Yeah, I don't know if I believe that.
Yeah. Anyways, let's take a look.
Next time I want to see something, I get it to a good discount. Alright, Devils. I got the sauce.
You know, with the beloved sauce.
This is in the sauce, Devils.
You see, the consistency is not that of just the juices.
Unless it really reduced down, unless they reduced it down a lot, then maybe if it was reduced down, oh, I don't know. I would have to try it and find out.
Yeah. Looks like it didn't yield that much, though.
No, I didn't.
And usually the same thing, those restaurant packets, those sauce packets, they're not that big to begin with.
No, not at all.
You know, so if you got, I mean, that if I were to guesstimate, eyeball it, I'd say maybe it's about 2 or 3 of those typical restaurant packets.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. It makes sense.
Yeah, I think so. All right, let's get to it. Oh my God.
I am starving like Marvin.
Oh boy. Don't call us racist.
Eat this food. But like I said, I got the shrimp.
That shrimp is cold by now.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
So,
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yep.
make lemonade.
Yep, make lemonade.
Put your hands, paws, whatever.
Missing a nail on one of the fingers.
Let's get it. Dear God, I love you.
Oh, we're saying grace. We're saying grace.
I like this.
I had to make the sauce, God, because they forgot to put it in my order. But I made the sauce like a mouse, and now I eat mouse.
Okay, eat. Chow down.
I love you guys so much. Let's get it, baby.
Come on, rub it up. Thanks for the grub.
Oh my god. That's funny.
Oh my God.
You gotta pay attention. You only got about 2 tablespoons in there. Oh, damn it.
What?
I said he only got about 2 tablespoons in there. You gotta be careful with that.
Yeah, you gotta use that sparingly. Okay.
Exactly.
Hey, a mukbanger that says grace.
Yeah, he's I make the sauce like a boss. That was great.
Boss like a boss. They say grace.
I've
Oh.
only seen one other mukbang do grace. Not that I don't even say grace before I eat. I'm a heathen, but yeah, it's nice to see it done.
Gordon Ramsay has left the chat. Or Gordon Ramsay would cry at that, actually.
Gordon Ramsay would not enjoy seeing that. I
Even-
could just see that same facial expression he always makes when he's confused. Yeah.
Cold, rubbery shrimp, delectable, says Anti-Apocalypse.
I mean, you should have thrown in like an air fryer. It would have crisped it up nicely and kept it warm. And then you could have put that sauce all over it.
Damn Danny.
Yeah.
Damn Danny says, oh my God, pickle sounds good right now. I'm eating a tuna sandwich and smoking a J. All right, on.
All right, damn Danny.
Right on.
Coming through.
Airy nothing. I'm not butthurt over pronouns. I don't know what that thing is. Neither do we.
Yeah.
Neither do we. Mermaid told the old switcheroo on us. I love those nails on top of the gloves.
Yeah, those are pretty cool. I mean, I'm gonna give them I'm gonna give it 10 out of 10 for the costume, for the presentation. I'm gonna say 10 out of 10 in my opinion. It's creative, the way that they're speaking. It's funny, it's satirical. But, well, maybe I don't know.
I think they're trolling, and it is meant to be comedy. I really do.
Yeah.
Whoever it is, I don't think they take themselves too seriously, in all honesty.
Yeah.
Lauren says, Mermaid pulled the old switcheroo on us.
Yep.
Yeah. And Lauren says she also wants to grab pickles out of the fridge right now. Okay. So some people are now having a yen for pickles. Right on. I don't have any pickles in the house, so I won't be eating them right now.
Yeah, I do, but I'm not a huge pickle person, to be honest. No.
I do like some. The problem is, they sell them only in large jars, and I live alone. So I would never, and I'm not a person that would eat pickles every day to finish the jar, like in a month. It would take like 6 months, 7 months.
Yeah, that's why mine's is still there. Yep.
Yeah. Like only once in a while, if I make myself my Beyond Burger, I would like to put some sliced pickles in there, or something like that. But yeah.
Oh yeah, I love them in sandwiches, but like just so that some people could just eat pickles right there out of the jar. I can, but it's not really something I crave. Let me put it that way. It's not really something that I'm like, oh, gotta give me some pickles. No.
No, exactly. Airy Nothing says it's creative and ambiguous. Yeah, that's the best way to describe it. Michelle says there's no pickles. There's no pickles over at her place. That's okay. Neither do we. And Anti-Apocalypse says, I guess the Murdew transmitted something to me because that's the snack I got. Man, I love pickles. Okay, right on. We're snacking on pickles. All right. So let's get on to the rest of it.
Oh, no, that's not good.
What happened? What happened?
He dropped it.
On his hat? At his head?
Oh Lord.
That was after I got this drink.
Snapple.
Has anyone ever had it before?
No, yeah, that's a bomb one. That one is good.
I've never had that one.
Oh yeah, that one is good. It's a mango one.
Yeah, here in Canada, they don't bring all the flavors of the American brands.
Oh no?
Nope.
Yeah, that's the mango. Yeah, I think that's mango.
So sauce ended up on the hat.
Right.
Shrimp looks like it's tough and rubbery.
This is a trip.
The wig. Imagine if the wig fell into that container of sauce.
No, it would be. I mean, it would just add to it. I wouldn't even put it past them doing it one day.
I thought the wig was going to fall into the sauce. Oh, God.
I would. I think they overcooked the shrimp.
You think? That's the problem, because it does look like it's fast food shrimp. And I think they do overcook.
Yeah, you got to put stuff like that in the air fryer. Look, if anyone is listening to me and you have not gotten an air fryer yet, get an air fryer, because when you get stuff like from whatever the store, fast food, or if you get microwavable stuff or whatever, you put it in the air fryer, it will get nice and crispy. It's amazing. The air fryer is great. So
Cool.
yeah, that's a piece of advice for everyone.
Well, I'm thinking of getting myself one, actually, an air fryer. I'm
It's
thinking about
really
getting
good.
one. I know there are some people. There was a channel, a vegan channel. God, I forget the channel's name, but her name is Hannah. Her name is Hannah, the girl, and they lived in a tiny house somewhere in the middle of the Arizona desert, somewhere in the middle of nowhere.
Mhm.
And they were also off grid,
Oh my lord.
so they had no oven.
Ooh.
And so they basically used an air fryer as the oven, or they used a George Foreman grill.
Yeah, I mean, really, when you got those things, you don't even need an oven, to be honest, because a lot of the air fryers now come, like I think the Ninja one and a few of them come with a convectional oven and an air fryer. So
Yeah,
you don't even
absolutely.
need the oven, yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right, here we go. We'll just do a few more minutes. We're not going to watch the whole thing because just,
Mhm.
two at a time. Why not?
Get some of this sauce.
Oh yeah, double
There we
fist
go.
that.
Cookie Monster.
Oh my
Oh,
lord.
God. Oh, God.
Gotta put that on it.
What?
Oh my lord.
Good Lord, it's like Cookie Monster. Oh, no, don't work it out. No. Please don't.
Oh no, the gloves.
They're losing the nails, too. I wonder if they're eating the nails as well.
I have a challenge for all of you. Go to every computer in your house, your mom's, your dad's, your sister, your brother.
Yeah, we get it. Oh! I've actually heard of people drinking their gravy.
yeah. I've definitely heard of people drinking their gravy. Not a huge gravy person, but yeah, I've heard of that.
My friends. It's how you finish sleeping shrimp.
Sauce dribbling down their face. The intro and the extra. Well, that's that. Okay. That's that. Well, what do we think
That was
of
interesting.
mukbang kids in town?
I mean, I can see the appeal. I can see why somebody would want to watch it, but not. I don't know, man. Not for me. I can see why
No.
people want to watch it. It was interesting, and it gives you something different. Something different to watch as opposed to the regular old mukbang. But when somebody eats like that, to me, I can't watch it.
No, like I thought at first they were gonna hork it up, and then to drink that sauce, I believe that was the restaurant sauce in packets.
Oh yeah.
I don't believe that was that pickle and pepper concoction.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I think that was store bought. I don't think that was their own concoction. I mean, I would have to make that and see it come out like that for me to believe that was an actual that was a product of what they mixed up together.
Well, if you do ever make it, let us know how it turns
I
out.
record it. Yeah.
Let us
If I
know
make
how
it, I
turns
record
out.
it.
Yeah.
Sure.
So let's turn to the chat and they overcook everything, reheat, and that's why it's rubbery. Yeah, I think Michelle is referring to like the fast food shrimp.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would. I don't. Lauren says you're thinking of high carb Hannah. That's it, Lauren. High carb Hannah. That's the one. That's the one who lives in the Arizona desert, off grid with her husband.
Ah,
Yeah.
that's wild. I don't know if I could live off the grid. Not yet. Not where I'm at right now. Maybe
No,
in a few
me
years.
neither. I've often romanticized the idea, though. I've often romanticized the idea, moving to the country and going off grid. I've romanticized the idea. See,
It's a nice idea.
I like ideas. It's executing them I have a problem with.
I think that happens often. I mean, I too, especially like during this time and living in New York and sort of feeling the claustrophobia that came from being locked up in your house day to day. I think at more so than ever before, I've 100% entertained the idea of moving more to a remote area. I don't know if I'm 100% there yet, but I definitely see the value in it.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I've lived in Montreal. It's not nearly as big as New York City, but we are the second largest city in Canada here in Montreal. Population of about 2 million, I believe. Nowadays, it's 2 million population for the greater Montreal area. And for the last couple of years, have been thinking I want to move to a smaller city, somewhere smaller. Yeah, exactly. So let's go back to the chat. Michelle remembers the George Foreman grills. The one thing I didn't like about them is you couldn't remove the plaques, so it made washing them very difficult.
Oh, George Foreman. I never had one.
Yeah, I had the small one, and the grills, the plaques didn't remove. You couldn't remove them; they were like anchored in. So cleaning them was a problem. You can't submerge the machine in water for obvious reasons. So you got to kind of wipe or brush or something.
That stuff.
Yeah, like it's not like what you see now by Cuisinart. The plaques are removable, so you can easily wash them.
Yeah, Cuisinart is good though in terms of like making it easy.
Exactly. And Anti-Apocalypse. Everyone I've ever known who has a George Foreman grill loves it, and there are people who are good cooks too. Right on. Anti-Apocalypse just said he gave up on the sauce. Yeah, I think he did too. I think Lauren thinks mukbang is fabulous. Mermaid. Lauren thinks the mermaid is fabulous. Okay, cool. She says, Michelle says she lives in Toronto, a major city, and she feels the same. And Airy Nothing says you have to line them with aluminum foil. Oh, okay. Good to know. And Lauren says she's mainly a vegan lifestyle weight loss channel. Yeah, that's right, Lauren. We're talking, with high carb Hannah. Yeah, exactly. Anti-Apocalypse. Oh, my friend told me you can make those plates off now. Take those plates off now, and she said you should be sure to get those that come off. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Cleaning them in the past was a bitch. Okay, I see. I've heard of her, but I've never watched. Okay. And Airy Nothing says mine had the removable bottom. Just got air fryers. Best investment this year. Right on, Airy Nothing. I should
Air fryers. Oh yeah.
I should get myself one. And it would take not that much space too on the countertop. Wouldn't take that much space up on the countertop. I should get one, yeah. So that's Mukbang Mermaid for us. The other one I had was not a mukbang, but it was such a cringy cooking show. It's with a dude called Airsoft Fatty.
Oh, love Airsoft Fatty.
And he cooks something called WTF salad. And the best way to describe it is, well, it's some kind of special. Do you want to do that now, or do we want to do the discussion part now?
We could have a discussion about it, and then we could sort of get into the Airsoft Fatty for some jokes.
Sure. Okay.
I'm sorry.
Tonight's topic, part of the topic, besides the cringe fun, which is always fun, The talk of the YouTube town, as I mentioned at the top of this video, a lot of people are talking about mukbangs are being demonetized, and there are many who argue that mukbang should be demonetized / deplatformed. There are many who argue that it is self-harm. There are some, and in my opinion, use hyperbole, like Swolenormous, for instance. He calls them snuff films. Obviously, we've never watched a snuff film. But we're not going to really talk about Swolenormous tonight, just to point out, well, some of them use hyperbole when that's concerned. So there are some who argue that mukbangs, we already know that according to Nikocado Avocado, I don't know how reliable that is, so take that as you will. Coldest water bottle, as we've all seen, almost every mukbang we watch, what do we see on the dinner table?
Oh, the coldest water, baby.
Yes, ma'am. The coldest water bottle. I checked those out on the website. Those are expensive.
Yeah, I have one. They're a little pricey.
$50 US, which would translate to what, 65 Canadian?
For the bigger sizes, yeah.
Yeah, it would translate to about 65 Canadian. And it's like, my God, that thing better cook dinner or something, or make ice or something, like that. But anyways, as we know, the coldest water bottle, we see them donned on every mukbang table, or almost every mukbang table, including Foodie Beauty for a while, and Nikocado Avocado, Veronica Wang, and a few of the commentary channels. I believe Callie got a sponsorship recently.
Yeah, Callie.
And Dustin Daly, he's a drama channel. He never does mukbangs, but I've seen him with one.
So maybe they are trying to expand a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I was about to get at. Apparently, according to Nikocado Avocado, like I said, take this as you will, because it is Nikocado after all. He was saying that Coldest Water Bottle no longer wanted to do business with mukbangs, and it wanted to go in a different direction with their sponsorships. So they were slowly allowing contracts, and for most of them, they're allowing contracts to lapse and just not renew. And others, I think, have been cut off. Because they want to go in a different direction. Again, this is the word of Nikocado Avocado. We don't take it as you will. But now there's the talk under the new YouTube terms of service that mukbangs will be demonetized. Again, I don't know if that's true. I don't know if that's true. And so the question tonight, that leads us to the question tonight. Should mukbangs be demonetized and or deplatformed? You.
I don't know. If I'm completely honest, if I think of it from the perspective of a form of entertainment, I think that there is a crowd that really loves mukbangs, and so I look at it as, if I'm looking at it from that perspective, then no, it shouldn't be demonetized. But then if I'm looking at it from the perspective of influence and what that does to normalizing like certain types of behavior, then I can understand the justification behind demonetizing. But I also feel like, how would I put this? I feel like if there is a group of people who enjoy it, and it only hurts the people that is doing it.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think they're hurting other people.
Right.
There are 2 points I'd like to make, and the first point being, what is all the talk with the mukbangs? I mean, the girl who, the so young one who actually hunts, beats into submission and kills her own food on camera, like fighting with an octopus, or grabbing her own eel with her gloved hands, or getting snapped at by her squid. Okay, that's a bit of a problem because, I don't like the idea of, animal cruelty on the camera.
Right.
But it's not because of necessarily what she's eating. It's the preamble that goes before it. But the point, but as far as mukbangs, there are far worse on the platform that nobody's talking about. Like there's MFW, although there is a movement on Twitter to get her deplatformed, and that's been going on for a long time though, and she's still not off. MFW, who drinks on camera, drinks to get drunk on camera, glorifies alcohol, glorifies drunken binges, goes on drunken rages. I've covered her on my channel. I've got several videos about her. And so I think before you start looking at mukbangers, why don't we look to people like her? And there are others too, like we talked about the family vloggers at the top of this video. They're exploiting children.
Right. Yeah, I think you do have your areas of each community that are the toxic, the I wouldn't say radical, but yeah, they're the more toxic part of the community in everyone. So mukbangers, you have the ones who are they're just extreme, and you can see obviously it's affecting their health, etc., etc. You have the family channels where you see a similar thing. And so I think that it's understandably a cause for concern, but at the same time, I don't know if deplatforming will. So we're talking about demonetizing, right? Not deplatforming.
So far I hear it's demonetization. There are some who argue they should be outright deplatformed. Like many of the fitness channels, like I mentioned, Swolenormous. Like I said, I don't really want to put too much time into him.
Right.
Yeah, because I think he does use a lot of hyperbole, in my opinion.
Right.
And I think they're a lot worse than mukbangers. Even the ones who eat the largest amounts of food, the ones with the worst of table manners, the ones with the absolute worst of table manners. There are people who are more harmful, like MFW, like the family channels, the Paul brothers, those kids out in LA, like Tana Mongeau and James Charles, and these COVID party houses.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think there are other communities that should probably have more of a spotlight on prior to necessarily a mukbang channel. But I think to some degree, when you look at even America, for instance, that is having a terrible time when it comes to obesity and what it's doing to the people in the country. And I think that if you have, similar to other sorts of genres, if you have people that realize I can be this ridiculous, or I can do this and get this and make this type of money, then you will encourage more of that behavior. And if we're looking at the macro, the workforce and people's health and what it's doing to people health wise, and what strain that has on society, I do understand the reasoning for concern there. I think it's a slippery slope when you start talking about demonetization, and when you start talking about like who gets demonetized or who gets deplatformed over others. I think it's a very slippery slope, especially when you take into consideration like freedom of speech and things of that nature. So I don't know if that was clear, but because I'm kind of of two minds about it, so it's hard for me to make a definitive decision when it comes to that.
Okay, so let's take a look at what the chat has to say. Damn Danny, I like some mukbangs, I won't lie. Most have been bastardized. At the end of the day, it's not my life. But you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. Yeah.
Yeah, very true. Very true.
Yeah. And Anti-Apocalypse. Can I say I've always found it weird to see mukbangers eating all this junk food, drinking water from a coldest water bottle. I would have thought they'd be drinking soda. It's no more bizarre. It's no more bizarre. You notice people, sometimes they eat a lot of junk food and they're drinking a diet soda?
Yeah.
Yeah. They're drinking
I hate diet soda, by the way.
Yeah, they're drinking a diet soda. But somehow that's going to offset all the calories they're inhaling.
I've had people tell me that they just really they enjoy the flavor of diet soda, which to me I don't understand, because I think it's disgusting but
Yeah, me too.
some people just really like the flavor.
Well, I had heard a few years back. Oh God, I can't remember what year, but a few years back, I had learned that the artificial sweeteners used in diet soda is so bad that if you absolutely feel a need to drink a pop, might as well drink the real thing.
Yeah, just drink a soda. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, because the artificial sweeteners are terrible.
yeah. And they say you might as well drink the real thing if you really
Yep.
absolutely must drink soda. Well, keep in mind, we're not encouraging soda drinking, but we're not telling people what to do either. We're just mentioning what is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anti-apocalypse. I do think mukbangs are self-harm, but the problem with demonetizing it is, are they going to demonetize it across the board? And that's the point. That's the other point I wanted to talk about. And we're going to come up to that shortly. And should my beliefs be applied to other people's choices? Yeah, and that is always a question, not just with mukbangs on social media, but with political issues, other issues, current that we see in current events. You know what I mean? Social issues.
Yeah, I think that's when I refer to like the slippery slope, that's kind of what how do you differentiate between what is, I guess, dangerous in terms of influence and what, like, are we now removing people's autonomy away from them? Because you do have the choice to eat how you want and make your money how you make it. But so I think that's where we kind of come into this problem. Now, here's what I will say. If we're talking about demonetization, or we're talking about specific companies that don't want to run ads on someone's channel, then that's fine, because it's a private company. So I think it's sort of, if you're talking about monetizing across the board blindly, then I can understand wanting to sort of control that a little bit more. But if we're going to talk about sponsorships and things that are more on an individual basis, then that should be based upon the company.
Well, that's what we were bringing. Well, the question of monetization here, we are talking about Google AdSense, which is what pays YouTubers every month. And private sponsorships, private companies, as long as they follow the regulations, we can't really tell them who they should sponsor or not sponsor, so they're free to do what they want. Like if Coldest Water Bottle, for instance, wants to end sponsoring mukbang channels, that's their thing, and we have nothing to say about that really. But I was talking about the Google AdSense, that pays YouTubers, and that's what we talk when we talk about monetization for the purposes of this discussion. Yeah, exactly.
I know, though, it's the way, because I don't know how monetization works. Does the monetization apply to where, like, is it applied in the way that any ad can be shown on your
it depends. Okay, there are three things that can happen. One is green. It works like green, yellow, red. Green, yellow, red. When you upload a video, it takes about 20 minutes for the YouTube bots. When you do an actual upload, it takes about 20 minutes. It took about a half an hour for my first upload after I got monetized. It took a half hour for them to decide whether the video should be monetized or not, or limited. Mm-hmm. And for live streams, they seem to decide as the stream goes along. So, but you can apply for a review if you don't agree with it. Sometimes it works in my favor, sometimes it doesn't, speaking from my own experience. But yeah, it's based on the ad watching. And in the case of a live stream, you can get super chats. That's something different because your viewers are donating money,
Right.
And you can have private memberships, like Belinda has, or like Neg has. And those are the three ways you can make money on YouTube. Those are the three different ways you can make money on YouTube. And for me, I've had a lot of my videos yellowed, and that means limited. What that means is, and you get a small cut of the YouTube premium sales. You get a small cut. Mm-hmm. When I say I mean minute. Okay, and So the yellow means it's limited, meaning it's not suitable for many they deem it not suitable for most, many if not most advertisers. So your video could have very little to no ads at all. And you're entitled to that tiny cut from YouTube premium sales.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So those videos, for obvious reasons, make a lot less money. And they are not as likely to be recommended by the algorithm. When it's green, it means you got full monetization, the ads, YouTube premium cut, the whole 9 yards. And of course, red is completely demonetized, and that would apply to videos that is what considered not safe for work. Videos that have videos that are 18 and up, like that are ranked 18 and up. Those are not monetized at all. I know I have a few 18 and up videos, and those are red. red. I can't do anything about it. No. So that's how monetization works for those who don't know. Yes, and speaking of monetization, Nova-Reii needs to get up there too. December is AdSense month, so get ready for the fluff that many YouTubers are going to put out this month. They're going to be cranking it out and churning it out, including yours truly. Yes, I'm not above it. I'm not above it. But let's get Nova-Reii. I'm going to link her channel when we're done here. Go show her some love. We need to get that girl up to 1,000 subs.
Yes, we need to get her to 1,000.
You know, we need to get her monetized. She has a growing boy at home. So,
thank you.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, we're going to show it. So, I'm going to link her channel also, as well as there was another channel. Yeah, the Dad Challenge podcast channel I was going to link. So, yeah, that's what we're talking about when it comes to monetization. We're talking exclusive YouTube monetization, not private sponsorships, because for me, the private sponsorships from corporations, I really don't care. And they're not their business that they see fit.
Oh man, that's a tough decision. It really is for me, because I'm such a pro. I'm not a free speech absolutist by any means. I'm not. But at the same time, I think that if someone has found a way to make money, and let's be honest, if someone is 500 pounds and they're making money from eating on camera, it may not be the ideal situation, but what's the alternative at that point? They're going to get off, stop eating, get off, and then be going to have to go on some sort of social program, and then we'd be saying that they're straining on society. So it's like, they're going to make the money. Why not?
Exactly. It is a vicious circle with people like that, with the Amberlins, with the Foodie Beauties. It is a vicious circle. Who's at my door? Carry on. I'm just going to check who's at my door.
Okay.
Carry on.
I can't highlight any comments, but I'm gonna go through some of them. Aspartame actually converts to a chemical substance similar to formaldehyde at 98. Isn't what aspartame? That's usually what they put as like the how do you call the artificial sweeteners, right? That's how I don't mess with that stuff. I don't think that mukbanging should be deplatformed. Yeah, I think I'm not a free speech absolutist, but I definitely believe in it strongly, and I do believe that people should be able to make money however they make it, as long as they're not hurting anyone. And so I have to agree that I don't think that they should be deplatformed. I think if the AdSense worked more of in a way where advertisers can choose what type of videos they want it to be on, then I think it should be left up to the advertisers to make that decision. If they are fine with advertising on mukbang channels, then it is what it is. Isn't the YouTube ad system great? Yeah, Michelle R., I have no clue. I'm still learning all of this stuff. Yes, everybody's up to Nova. She's the best. Thank you, Lauren. So a lot more of the e-begging portion, aka my favorite part. Right, you gotta love the e-begging portion. Already have. Thank you, Michelle R. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up and subscribe, y'all. It would be difficult. Yeah, and Diet Pop. Yeah, I can't mess with Diet Pop. Yeah, that's true. Honestly, I feel like super morbidly obese mukbangers are caught in a bad situation. Absolutely. I think anti-apocalypse, they are definitely caught in a bad situation. And the reality is that if we want to look at it as if they would be a strain on the society, either way they would be. Because if you say they're a strain on the society because of their influence and it being what it is, then fine. But if they weren't doing that, then they would be on some sort of social program. I mean,
Yeah, exactly. Sorry about that. That was my landlord. Yeah, lately my landlord has become some kind of other kind of special. It's because I'm under rent control here,
okay.
and about a year ago, and more came to a head 6 months ago. Here in Montreal, we have the lowest vacancy rate right now,
Mm,
and
really?
yeah, so it's a landlord's market, and landlords want tenants, old tenants like me, who have been here forever to the point where they're under rent control. Uh, they know they can get much more money per month, so they try to make things difficult for us.
Mm,
So here in
yeah,
Calgary at 9:22 p.m., you have to turn down the noise.
really.
He says people are sleeping. Bullshit. My next door neighbors are party animals. They're millennial party animals, and they are often partying well into the night. And I've told him about that, and he says no, that's not true. Translation: they're probably paying more than I am. But
Possibly.
and
Possibly.
so I said, I'm in the middle of a live broadcast right now. And he says, well, you're not allowed to do that.
What?
Yeah. So you're not allowed to do that. I think, fuck off.
Yeah.
This stream is continuing. And like I
Excuse
said,
me, sir. This is
this
my
stream is
home.
going to continue. Stream is going to continue, So that's how it is. But so yeah, I mean,
Unbelievable.
huh?
I said unbelievable. That's terrible.
I know. Well, we'll see what happens this summer when the lease is up. I'm sure there'll be another battle. I mean, I've been here for over 10 years now, and I took over when I moved in with my ex partner 10 years ago. We were taking over somebody else's lease who had been here for 8 years,
Mm.
and so you got a combined total of 18 years because here the law in La Belle Province is if you are if you take over somebody's lease, you have to inherit the exact same conditions.
Ah, okay.
So if they were paying cheap rent control, we inherit
Right.
cheap
I
rent
get you.
control. So combined, we lived here for 18 years.
Oh
Combined, we
wow.
lived 18 years. So yeah, he wants me gone. The only other veteran that he's not trying to get rid of, and that's because this woman acts like his spy and tells all the secrets of the tenants in the building. Yeah, so he has his spy, and she's the only one he doesn't want to get rid of. So I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't lie. Anyways, we're detracting from the subject here. We're detracting. But let's get back to here we go. Anti-apocalypse. I don't like the idea of interfering too much with someone's income or real life, even though I strongly disagree with them. I don't even know how I feel about deplatforming haters. They're pure suck.
Yeah, I don't even know. Yeah, I agree. I think that it's to me it's a slippery slope.
It is.
And
I actually do believe, though, that the haters, especially like those like Charlie Gold, I think they actually do harm the people that they react to. I think they do cause harm.
yeah, I think that it's a slippery slope when you're looking at the idea of people doing commentary and what that means if you start to deplatform some of the quote unquote commentary channels. But at the same time, I also do feel like there's some real damage being done to the people that they supposedly react to, because they are targeting these same people. The way that they target them is not productive, nor is it constructive. So, I do agree with, although I understand anti-apocalypse's point of view when it comes to not even being sure about deplatforming the haters. I also have to say on the flip side that I do think that there's some real damage that they're doing to the people that they react to, especially now that you have. If it was just, we could have a case for bullying, right? If it was just them saying negative things about these people here and there, calling them fat, calling them this, calling them that, shitty, but there's still an argument to be had about keeping these people platformed. But I think now that we're going into another realm where it's now spreading rumors of racism, spreading rumors of this, like making it seem like putting these things out there that will forever follow these people. I think in that case, it's like, okay, well, maybe y'all shouldn't be platformed if this is the way that you're going to utilize your platform. Because, I mean, with great power comes great responsibility.
Exactly. So back to the chat. Yeah, thank you, Michelle and Anti-Apocalypse. Don't worry, I know my rights, and I plan to fight him to the finish. If he wants to continue playing these games, it could get very expensive for him, especially since I've been here over the 10-year mark, which things could get very much more expensive for him. Trust me, because we have a thing here in this province. We can go after them through the Régie du Logement, which is the tribunal between landlord and tenant disputes, and you can go after them for damages.
Yeah, I mean, I think tenants. When I used to work for, I used to work for a company where I dealt with landlords a lot, and it's rough when it comes to tenants. Have a lot of rights. So if you're a tenant and you have a landlord that's giving you shit, like, you have a lot of rights, man. Make sure you take care of that, because
I will.
Yeah, they're caught between a rock and a hard place, to be honest.
Oh, I will. Kimmers, good evening. I hope you're doing well. Good of you to join us. Okay, so back to
I think Mukbang Mermaid was in the chat.
What? Really?
I believe so, yeah.
All right, I see it. Was it the Mukbang Mermaid?
I
Said
have no
love you,
clue.
friend. Oh, they said love you, friend. Oh, well, thank you.
What's going on, Mukbang Mermaid?
Hey, what's going on? Okay. All right, cool.
That's cool shit.
That's cool. Well, thank you for stopping by, Mukbang Mermaid.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, we already covered this one. Lauren, as far as deplatforming, I am personally against it in almost every situation. One exception would be Eugenia. Yes, Eugenia Cooney. You know who she is, right, Nova?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I believe her being deplatformed would be the only chance to save her life. And that's another thing, and I'm planning to do a video about this soon, actually. The double standard between the two extremes, a kind of an Amber Lynn versus Eugenia video, not competition-wise, I'm just like double standards-wise. Our attitude as viewers toward both of these extremes, these women living with both of these different extremes, and the double standards in their treatment. So, yeah, that's going to be coming.
100%. Like, Eugenia Cooney is I think people can see her and say that there's a problem and respect it as such. Emily Reed and Chantal, although people I think know that there is a problem, there's still a different level of treatment that they get, and that's accepted. It's almost like, oh, you chose this, and it's like the same way someone who doesn't want to eat, or the same way that someone, the same way that they have a mental illness is the same way that someone who overeats has a mental illness.
I will leave that part with this. I think with any addiction or ED, and ED mimics symptoms and behaviors mimic a lot of that of addiction. Initially, it's like, to do it the first time, it's always a choice. But whether you get addicted or not is not a choice.
Right. Yeah, very true. Yep.
Yeah.
Very true. And I think, when people, it's funny that the same people who will say, oh, well, you're trying to infantilize these women who are making, decisions on their own. It's like, They are. If you're going to encourage people to go seek therapy, then you're admitting that there's a problem that they need, that they need more help for. And in that admittance, you also have to take responsibility for how you treat them after that.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Hey, great Grebo, good of you to join us. Anorexia is one of the most. It is the most deadly mental illness, actually, with a fatality rate of 25% of all the mental illness.
Wow, it's 25%. Whoa.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Wow.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. So hey, yeah, good to have you along, great Grebo, for the journey.
What's going on,
So-
Grebo?
Yeah. And Michelle R says, yes, there's definitely a double standard. Agreed. Yeah, there is. And that's going to be a separate video for another time.
That'd be a good video.
Yeah, that's going to be a separate video because I think it needs to be addressed, I think it does. But that's me. But back to the mukbang thing. Here's the thing. There are mukbangers. There are some like Nikocado Avocado, Steven Sushi, who take it all to a new form of sport. Okay, it's a sport. Even Hungry Fat Chick, just but then there are others. Do we penalize them? There were others, like for instance, I'll give you one example. Mommy Tang. I don't know if anybody here in the chat or Nova, have you heard of Mommy Tang?
No, I'm not familiar with that
She's
person.
a Korean American woman. She's also a vegan, and it's like once you've watched her, like. You can't help but not love her. Everybody loves her. Everybody loves Mommy Tang. She's got personality,
Check it out.
great camera presence. She is not overweight. She looks like a fit woman. She's a mother of 4, living in somewhere, I think, on Long Island. I think she lives somewhere on Long Island. I don't know if she's still there. She got divorced from her husband somewhere along the way. She took a couple of years off to deal with, family problems. At least she put her family first.
Mm-hmm.
And then she made a comeback. And what she used to do was she would cook Asian recipes and then eat them on camera. And then she would eat them on camera. And the portions were all perfectly reasonable, And so we're talking about vegan Asian. Like she's cooking an Asian vegan dish and she's eating it. Should she be penalized? No.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Right. That's why I do think it's a slippery slope because then you're gonna have that happening as well with people who are just cooking stuff on camera and maybe tasting it or having their family taste it and then being possibly demonetized. So yeah, it is definitely there would have to be a lot more people manually checking these things to make sure that and then who's to make the decision? I mean, it's so many ifs that have to be answered, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah. And I don't think someone like Mommy Tang deserves to be penalized at all. And she tells her stories and she makes her jokes and, she makes her jokes and she tells her stories, and, it's, like, I don't think she should, someone like her should not be penalized.
Right.
I said, yeah, I love Mommy Tang too, Lauren. Like, once you watch her, Mommy Tang,
check out.
Yeah, you should check her out. It's like, who doesn't like her? It's like,
right. Oh, she's one of those. Yeah, I love those channels.
Yeah, like years ago in a role, I don't know if she still does this, but there was one of her shticks that she would do. She would be pouring sesame seeds onto a dish, to garnish it.
Mm-hmm.
And she would yell, protein, protein, protein. And then she would get one of her children to do it, because once in a while the children would appear on camera.
Right.
And her little girl, she was wants to play with the shaker, and she says, do it with attitude now. Do it with attitude.
I'll have to check that out. Definitely.
Protein, protein, protein. I think that was in 2016 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Before she took her hiatus. But yeah, and then there are others. There's another one, Loving Life Fam. They're out from Canada's West Coast. They're a lesbian couple who have a son and a pet snake, a ball python named Lucky.
Mm.
and they do a lot of mukbangs too. But again, they're not eating. They're not eating for sport. It's like a family dinner table, and
Right.
you're invited to our family dinner table.
And that's the thing, like, you know, in those cases, those are perfect. That's perfectly, you know, I don't see that there's anything toxic about it. There's anything, you know, detrimental to the audience that they're, you know, attracting. I think that's fine, but who makes that decision? Who makes the decision
Hey,
as to what
everyone.
is destructive and what isn't? What up, brown girl life? I have to I'm gonna go check something really quickly. I have something in the oven, so I'll be
Okay.
right back. Okay.
All right, I'll carry on. I think the assumption is that anyone who is overweight or at least overweight has ALR, FB, HFC. HFC is hungry fat chick, for those who don't know. Automatically has an ED, and that's the only reason they are overweight. Yeah, exactly. And I think, you know, and this is a problem with these obese women. Too many people make too many assumptions. You know what I mean? They make too many assumptions. So yeah, and then it becomes a question. Okay, are we going to start cherry pick? Well, not we, but I guess the folks at Google AdSense, are they going to start to decide you can still be monetized and you can't? It's kind of a slippery, and that's where the slippery slope is. That is where exactly where the slippery slope is. And what about those who have an ED and aren't overweight? Well, exactly. Yeah, exactly. That's a good point there you bring up as well. Okay. Yeah, people who are overweight but don't have eating disorders. I do think you have to have an ED to be nearly 600 pounds. But if someone is 20 pounds overweight, maybe they just like food. Yeah, well, for 20 pounds, 50 pounds, even 50 pounds overweight over time, there are actually medical disorders and there are prescription medications where the side effect is weight gain and makes weight loss very problematic. Most SSRIs, like Lexapro and Prozac, for instance, that's listed as a side effect. Weight gain is listed as a side effect. Same thing for those who take steroids. For those who are on a steroid like prednisone, for instance, that can cause weight gain. You see, sometimes they have that what they call a moon face, and that is from steroid use. But there are conditions. I have hypothyroidism, for instance. That's a bad one. Cushing syndrome, which is characterized by a large midsection but skinny limbs, skinny arms, skinny legs, skinny hips, but a large midsection and a round face, which is often purple or red in color. So that's Cushing syndrome there. And then there's Prader-Willi's, which is rare, but apparently one of the leading causes of genetic causes childhood obesity in children, and that seems to be more common in the UK and in Australia and New Zealand than it is in North America. And there are a bunch of others as well. So this is a thing. People are starting slowly to take those medical conditions into account, but not. I think it needs more. I think they need more awareness. I think these conditions do need more awareness. Yeah.
I'm back.
Sorry. Yeah, I was just talking about. You see Anti-Apocalypse as a comment on the screen.
Yeah, people overweight but don't have eating disorders. I do think you have to have an ED to be nearly 600. Yeah, but if someone is 20 pounds overweight, maybe they just like food. yeah, I think that if you get to 600 pounds, it's clear that there's something more going on there.
There is. And I was also talking about, like in the cases if you're 20 or even 50 pounds overweight, I was talking about certain medications like Prozac, Lexapro, the antidepressants, SSRIs.
Mm-hmm.
And I was talking about those who take steroids like prednisone.
Yeah, prednisone is one. I mean, even like for me, for example, I take Synthroid, but if I don't take my Synthroid, I will gain weight very easily.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
Well, recently I found out because I had packed on weight and I had no idea why. And I'd been on Synthroid for 2 years now. And I just found out from my last blood test that the Synthroid dosage I was on was no longer working. My thyroid went out of whack again.
Mm.
So now my doctor's trying a higher dose, and we'll see how that goes. He's yeah, we just upped the dose. We just upped almost doubled the dose of my Synthroid.
Oh wow, yeah, mine was too high. Yeah, I had to lower it. It was causing like heart palpitations and everything like that. I was like,
I've been having that too. It's like, which is why I'm being fitted for a halter, a portable monitor next week. It's going to be fun. But enough about that. But yeah. And I was also talking about medical conditions. We just covered hypothyroidism. There's also Cushing syndrome, which I talked about a bit. Cushing syndrome and Prader-Willi syndrome and stuff like that. So anyways, yeah. Okay, resting bitch face. Thank you. Have a good evening. And thank you for stopping by.
Later, bitch face.
Yeah. Brown girl life. Sometimes when fat people just exist, they're accused of promoting obesity. Like when Nike brought in the plus size mannequins. Oh my God. Do you remember how people lost their shit over that?
Oh man, that was absolutely ridiculous. I think there is some truth to that, brown girl life, that sometimes a fat person just trying to be, just trying to go about their life, they're ostracized for wanting things that other people have, Hey, how about some clothing that fits me nicely? And people are like, oh my God, you want too much. And it's like,
yeah, I know. And here's the thing they don't think about. You might come across that overweight person that wants to go to the gym and wants to work out, and what do they need? Workout clothes, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
And are you going to expect them to fit in normal size, so-called, and I'm going to say so-called, normal-sized workout clothes right from the get-go?
Right, exactly.
They're going to need workout clothes that fit them.
Right.
And fit them comfortably, so they can work out, with some element of comfort, you know what I mean? So that's why I thought it was so stupid. You're losing your shit over Nike, a company like Nike, bringing in plus size mannequins because they want to show off the plus size workout wear that they might sell.
Mm-hmm.
And like, you're not thinking, like, maybe there is that obese woman that might want to start going to the gym. They're going to need workout clothes, and they're going to need workout clothes that fit them properly.
It's very true. I mean, when I'm no skinny person, and when I started going to the gym, I actually bought my workout stuff from I can't remember the name of the website. Anyway, but I bought my stuff from there, and I don't like to go to the gym looking frumpy. I just don't, and I'm not going to go in oversized sweatpants. I can't work out in oversized sweatpants. I don't like working out in oversized t-shirts. Sure. So it's like, just because someone has had some weight on them doesn't mean that they have to be looking frumpy all the time. Like, why not cater to that audience as well, to that demographic? Because it's a real demographic of people who are a little overweight but still want to look decent when they go to the gym or when they go work out.
Well, yeah, exactly. I lift in $3 tourist t-shirts and sweatpants I bought from Sears. Right on, anti-apocalypse. Right on. That's my kind of thing too. But like I said, there are some overweight women who want to, because I don't know. I used to be a member of a gym. It was part of a gym called Nautilus Plus. And this was like over a decade ago. This was like 12 years ago. And over there, people were gawking at me because I was wearing because I like my oversized sweatpants and I like my oversized t-shirts.
Oh, I can't.
I like that. And they were gawking at me because the spandex Sallies, that's how I like to refer to them, spandex Sallies, they were not, the spandex Sallies out there, it was just awful. They were making fun of me. They were making fun of my boots. They were making fun of my clothes. It was worse than a high school gym locker room.
Yeah, some gyms are like that. Like when I used to go to Planet Fitness, it was more like a, but the kind of the neighborhood type of thing where people come and everybody was like hanging out. But then when I would go to Crunch Gym, which catered to more of people that made a little bit more money. So they would tend to come in, get their workout, and then go to work. So it was a much different crowd because they weren't there to hang out. They were there to do what they had to do and go. And then I wouldn't come across I wouldn't come across stupid shit at Planet Fitness either, but you would see a difference in how the people approached people that you can obviously tell were new to this, you know? Whereas in Planet Fitness, it was like almost like, you know, people being very high schoolish. So I definitely understand that.
Well, yeah, exactly. And yeah, you have a point there, Andy Apocalypse. Hey, Chicken Shades, good to have you.
What's up, Chicken Shades?
Exactly, Michelle. Or as far as I know, my cheap work clothes haven't killed my gains. Well, there you go. There you go. You know, do what you're comfortable in. You know.
Yeah. You have to work out with what you're comfortable in. I can't work out in sweatpants. I feel like I have too much clothing on. I don't know what it is, but I don't like working out in sweatpants. I have to have like leggings on, and not a sports, like, you know, and a shirt, but not an oversized shirt, not too much of an oversized shirt. But I know, like, my sister, she loves to go to the gym in an oversized shirt and sweatpants.
Sure. Right
That's
on.
how she works out. Yeah.
Right on. You know. So here we go. Yes, brown. Then you go to the gym looking like crap and you get judged. Well, that's what I was just talking about there. Yeah, brown girl life. That was what I was just talking about there. I saved my pennies and bought my own squat rack, plates, etc. So I have a home gym and I love it.
Oh man,
that's great. That is great. I'm only allowed to judge me in a constructive way. No petty haters in my home gym. Right on. Right on.
That's
awesome. Okay. So, Michelle, those people are jerks, and there is nothing wrong with wearing sweats and regular old clothing. Right on. Okay. Mm-hmm. So yeah, back to the topic at hand. Yeah, everything is closed. Yeah. So back to what we were saying. Back to the topic at hand. Before we talked about plus size mannequins and plus size gym wear. But yeah, so that's my thing. I think we're on a slippery slope when you start planning to demonetize mukbangers and you do it across the board. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. For reasons for people like Mommy Tang or Loving Life Bam, even Stephanie Sue. I mean, here's the thing: she's skinny.
Mm-hmm.
She talks about true crime. She's on. Of course, it doesn't appear that she eats nearly all the food that is set out in front of her on camera. So they probably get a lot of leftovers. And then you have also Zach Choi ASMR, looks slim and fit. And he eats quite. He's the one who eats but never talks.
Yeah, he's the ASMR one.
Yeah, he's the ASMR one. Another one who made $1 million, who became a millionaire. God, nice work if you can get it.
Yeah. I can't knock the hustle, that's for sure.
No, I can't knock the hustle either. I honestly can't. Hey, more power to you. Or Trailer Trash Tammy, the channel Chelsea Lynn. I impersonated her Trailer Trash Tammy character. She does she calls them mukbangs. You know, mukbangs. You know, but it's all for it's a character that she's playing. You know, she's not really her. And she's another woman who is significantly overweight. She is significantly overweight. But you know what? She comes off as confident. And she doesn't seem to care. She does her thing. And I think people like her for that, you know? I think people like the Trailer Trash Tammy. I think they like the Trailer Trash Tammy character. And that's what they come to her for, basically. But, and then you get others like Nikocado Avocado, who eats a shit ton of food and has atrocious table manners.
Yeah, he has terrible. And for whatever reason, people there's an audience that wants to see that. I mean, I've even seen some Trisha Paytas stuff that I was like, what the hell is she doing? So I think that when you look at that as a like, what would be the metric? You know, would it be just because you're an overweight mukbanger? Would that be automatically you're considered problematic? Or would it be the amount of food that you're eating in one sitting? Or would it be the content that you cover while you're, eating, like what would be, how would we gauge what kind of mukbanger is problematic and which one isn't? I think that's where you find this slippery slope.
Yeah, and exactly. And you might get someone like Chantal who knows how to fight back if she has to. It may be awkward at times, but like, I could see her if they were to start cherry picking. Let's say Google AdSense, they were to start cherry picking, and they decided, well, Chantal, you're morbidly obese. We don't want you eating. We're not going to pay you to eat. We're not going to pay you anymore for your mukbangs. I can see her crying discrimination, and in the legal sense, would she be wrong? Here in Canada, she might. Here in Canada, she would have a case.
Yeah. Yeah.
We don't have to like it. We don't even have to agree with it. But I'm saying legally, she would have a case for discrimination.
Yeah. I mean, and yeah, I think even in America, there would be a case for discrimination because you have to now look at, are we, if you're just like gonna judge someone on what, on, like, that's why I said the metric is gonna be, would be the most important part, because if you're just gonna judge them just because they're a big person eating and you're maybe trying to imply that there could be a binge or whatever the case may be, who gets to decide that? And then at that point, if you're just making that assumption based on their weight, then that's a very slippery slope, because there is a case there for discrimination, in my opinion. But I don't know. According to DC, I don't do my research, so I could be absolutely.
Yeah, you don't do your research. You're not qualified. You know, you're an unemployed loser.
Exactly.
We're both unemployed losers. We are unemployed losers. You don't do your research. I embarrass myself.
Right.
We get it. We get it.
Exactly.
Brown Girl Life. She says, Michelle R., but you can't look at a slim mukbanger and say that they may not have a problem with food. And this is true, too. Nikocado Avocado didn't start off as 300 pounds. Let's remember that.
Exactly.
Okay, he didn't start off 300 pounds. He started off actually quite underweight. He was quite a skinny kid. Him and Orland both were skinny raw vegans when they first came on the scene, eating nothing but avocados pretty much. Yeah,
I remember. He was very small.
Yeah. He and Orland were both raw foodists. They were not rich. They're not rich like they are now. They were, they were skinny. And so, and now we see Nikocado, I guess the last weigh-in he did, he was at 320 pounds or something, some change. I don't know. Mm-hmm. But he didn't, that's the thing. So it's kind of like what Brown Girl Life's comment here on the screen is, he didn't start out his YouTube career at 300 pounds.
No, exactly. And I think that's also a note, like that's also something to pay attention to. I mean, even if you look at early Amberlynn Reid, early Chantal, early, there are some mukbangers who have maintained their weight for the duration of their mukbanging time, but there are a few others who have noticeably gotten bigger, and so you wonder. So there is a conversation to be had as to whether or not it's encouraging dangerous behavior.
Yeah, then, exactly.
How do you gauge that? Can you preemptively decide that someone is gonna, will there be clauses in that? And I think Brown Girl Life said it, YouTube gets to make their own rules. So yeah, that's also very true. As a company, they get to make their own rules. And if they choose to do that, then.
But like any employer, okay, because let's assume Google AdSense is our employer, and they are. They are to a degree. I mean, we may be self-employed in the sense that we can go live or upload anytime we want, as often or not as we want. But at the end of the day, yeah, they are making, at the end of the day, so they are an employee. We can look at them as an employer. And as with any employer in Canada and probably in the United States, probably in the UK and a lot of other places in the Western world, like with anything, there is employee discrimination, and that's where the legal stuff comes in. That's where the legal stuff would come in, right? So yeah. I think there must be at least one slim mukbanger who might be bulimic. And that's another thing. I'm sure a lot of them are. I'm sure there are some of them who are.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. I mean, I got when you start to tie something like that to your income, you will have some sort of negative behavior as a result of that. So you're gonna have people who may do things that are not, healthy to maintain their weight just to avoid being labeled. You know what I mean? Like just to avoid the other side of that, which is gaining a lot of weight. So I'm sure that exists as well within the mukbang channels.
Exactly. Here we go. Oh yeah, we already covered that. That was going to be my next point. Will they start looking at slimmer mukbangers and accuse them of purging? Yeah, and that's too is a slippery slope because it's not up to Google AdSense, like with anything, it's up to the person suffering themselves to decide when they need help and when to get it. Like addiction, so exactly. And I would say what Google AdSense, what are you going to do? Put a consultant in or something? No, I don't see them doing that.
Yeah, it's like the Minority Report from mukbangs. Like, are you gonna be able to tell what they're gonna become in 5 years or 4 years or even what they're doing behind closed doors now? There's no real way to know that.
No, there isn't. There isn't. I was so surprised. Okay, I was so surprised when I saw that Nikocado looked like when he was a vegan channel. Yeah, really, huh? Like night and day. Night and day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Me too.
Michelle, they see overweight a problem, not the opposite, or they would all be a problem. Yeah, exactly, Michelle. Exactly.
Right. And that's the thing too. Like, will they judge, or will they judge these things solely based off the behavior, or will it be what the person looks like in addition to the behavior? Because that is also very discriminatory. And it, like on his face is very discriminatory.
Yeah, exactly. It is on its face. That's why I think, I mean, so basically that's my 2 points. Like, first of all, if you think mukbangs are harmful or even self-harm, why don't you start looking to the channels who actually do cause harm, potentially not to themselves, but to others, like MFW. Like McHenry Cruiser.
Yep.
Like the family blog channels. Like the Paul brothers. Or those kids out in LA running their fungalitis houses. I can't help but talk like Belinda sometimes. I can't help but talk like Belinda sometimes. So yeah. So anyways, what are we saying? Anti-apocalypse. And if you must be slim to mukbang, how do you think people will attempt to maintain their figure once the fat angles start to fail them? Exactly. Because as we pointed out, Nikocado Avocado didn't start out at 300 pounds.
Yeah, exactly. And it'll definitely encourage more undercover, like, toxic behavior, because you think about the type of money some of these people are making, and if that's going to be threatened by, and who knows if the metric will start one way and then be ever changing, which is also anxiety inducing, it's going to cause people to do a lot of shit that just to maintain, just to be able to keep their channel and shit like that, and that's a dangerous, kind of realm to go into.
And I'll tell you this, whether, especially those, let's say, Hater Nation who want to see the mukbangs gone and all that, you got to remember, Amber Lynn and Chantal probably Chantal more than Amber Lynn these days even. Mukbangs are not the only content they do. They do trial hauls. They go to the grocery store. They do a grocery haul. They they blog their lives. So you know what I mean? Now Chantal is coming into these little short films with Pete's.
Which I think are actually kind of cool.
Yeah.
Even if they're cheesy.
Yeah. So, even if they were to demonetize, I think Amberlynn and Chantal can still survive on the platform with that other type of content that they do. Would they get the views? Who knows?
That's questionable. Amberlynn might because she still has a lot of she might get him because she does a lot more vlogs, but Chantal, that's sort of like the staple of her channel.
Yeah, exactly. Well, she started out as a mukbang channel, and this is the thing people tend to forget. Unlike Amberlynn, who did start out as a weight loss channel, Booty Beauty started out as a mukbang channel. She didn't start out as a weight loss channel or a health channel. She started out doing mukbangs.
Yeah, exactly. So, when you look at, Nova-Reii can do her vlogs, and her mukbangs play a very small part in her channel, whereas Chantel, that is her channel. So,
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
How would that affect her income? How would that affect her money? And then let's be real, the fallout of that is the people that react to Chantal and Nova-Reii.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's part of the slippery slope, Michelle. What's next? Okay, we're going to demonetize or deplatform mukbangs. What's next? The grocery hauls? Again, slippery slope. I mean, like, take the needy homesteader. She does a lot of grocery hauls. And there are others who do grocery hauls on their channel. These are housewives with large families. And they kind of show us how they manage to feed their large families on a budget.
Right. And I think, when it comes to mukbangs, it may not be for everyone, but there's clearly a very large audience that do enjoy mukbangs. And the reality is that unless you're going to have a very rigid grading system or a very rigid metric to go by, then it's going to be hard to sort of distinguish between certain mukbang channels that can possibly be toxic to others who are mild in comparison. And I think if people start to demonetize them and deplatform them just for simply being mukbang and overweight, or mukbang and, well, whatever the case is, more than likely it would affect the people that are overweight. Then I don't think that that's fair.
Yeah, exactly. So, I'm sorry she blocked you. Yeah, I think it's a case of Chantal not knowing who to trust in her life anymore.
Yeah, she be going
I
on blocking.
don't think it's personal. I really don't think it's personal these days. Probably you and I are probably also blocked. Would be also blocked. So, it's not going to be the end of my world. You know what I mean? I have I have things to worry. I have other things to worry about in life. You know what I mean? Whether or not they block me, I have other things to worry about. Really, but
pretty much same here. I got too much to worry about.
Yeah. You were? Well, we all have our moments, brown girl life. Don't feel too bad. We all have our moments. We all have our moments where we act shitty.
Yep. And I wish more people would understand that people have moments where they're just not their best selves.
Oh, brown girl life knows the needy homesteader. So Heather. Okay, cool. Right on. Yeah, I'll probably link her channel when we get off too. I'll probably link her channel as well. Heather's channel. So if anybody wants any tips, maybe you have a large family and you have budget, or you want to learn how to cook, she would be a great resource. She also knows how to can food preservation. Yeah, she has a lot of canning videos.
Oh, nice.
Heather? Yeah, she pressure canning, water bath canning. She gives you tips like what's the best equipment. She has canning videos for beginners to the advanced, plus a lot of homeschooling videos. Because, like I said, her two youngest are homeschooled, and but she doesn't put her children on camera anymore because, So someone here know Heather, yeah. Yep, we all have a bad day. Yeah, exactly. We all have bad days. You know what I mean? Here we go, anti-apocalypse. One time I left Chantal a scolding comment, and later that day I caught myself and was like, what WTF is that? I would never scold a grown-ass woman IRL. Why would I do it to some stranger online? Well, I wish more thought like you, anti-apocalypse. I wish more people thought the same way you did.
Yeah, because I mean, even I was watching preparing for my stream tomorrow actually.
Yeah.
I was watching some of the newer reaction channels and I was like, Lord, it's this idea that these, and they talk about infantilizing. They say, oh, well, these people who sort of defend them, if you want to call it that, infantilize them. But it's like you're also infantilizing them by speaking to them as though they're a 5-year-old.
That's what they do.
Right.
That's
Like,
exactly what they do. Should you be eating that at this time of day?
right.
Or don't put so much ketchup on your food, or why
Right.
do you have so many pickles? And it's just the nitpicking, you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
The nitpicking. So, anyways, shall we do WTF salad with airsoft fatty?
Yeah, definitely. Because I do. I think I might have to go after that because I have to
No
get
problem.
working on a few things.
Yeah, we've been on for a while, so let's just take a look at this. Okay.
Yeah, definitely. I love airsoft fatty.
Yep, it's called WTF salad, and it is cringe. Okay, so here we go. Can we see it?
Cetaphil, dermatologist recommended.
What's Tums worthy, you ask? It's anything that's worth the burn.
That's right, boys. We're
Oh,
back
my
in
Lord.
action. What is up? Today I'm cooking with that. We'll be taking fettuccine alfredo, broccoli, and turkey. That's right, people. We'll be cooking today. So let me get
That is his voice.
broccoli and noodles first.
I wish you would put a shirt on because that it's not gonna feel good if something splatters off on his chesticles.
I don't think he cares, honestly.
Oh my Lord, that's gonna hurt.
I mean, you know, the stove is kind of spotty.
Yeah, that
Step one,
stove needs a wiping down.
pour your box of noodles
What is that, castoroni?
in your pan.
I actually like those.
Landing the music.
I actually really do like those.
Take your broccoli, open said broccoli,
Open said
add
broccoli.
in about a handful of broccoli.
Okay.
You should look as so.
So far, it doesn't look too bad, but trust me, it gets worse.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm not mad at it though so far.
Yeah, but trust me, it gets worse.
Mm-hmm.
With Fatty Show, we always emphasize. It's not working. We always emphasize on safety.
Yes.
Now we just,
Whoa.
okay.
I like how he talks about safety, and then he lights the burner.
I have to do that too on my stove sometimes.
You have a gas stove?
Yeah, I have a gas stove.
No, I have an electric. A gas stoves terrify me. To be
Really?
honest. Yeah, they do. Oh
I
yeah.
have a gas stove. It is a bit scary, but I had an electric stove before when I lived in North Carolina, and I hated it. Even though I would probably get an electric stove again, I wouldn't want another gas stove, but I didn't like it too much.
Oh wow.
But okay. Okay, now I got the turkey that we need to cook.
Doesn't even look appetizing.
Okay, now I got the turkey.
Oh yeah, it's not looking too good right now.
First things first.
Look at
I
the
gotta clean
dishes in
his
the
hands.
sink. Wash your dishes, dude.
Now you clean your meat.
Oh,
Oh my god. Over the dishes. Over the dishes.
I mean, he needs to throw some.
Video on
Huh?
what not to do. Like anybody in chef school, this would be a good teaching video on what not to do.
Yeah, exactly. That sink, use a splash of Ajax on it, please, and just a little scrub a dub, and it will look a lot better on the sink. And you do not run fully cooked chicken underneath the water. Why is he rinsing it off for?
Because usually you rinse off a raw chicken or a raw turkey.
Exactly. Right. You rinse off the raw one.
But not when it's cooked. This is weird. Over the dishes.
Clean it.
That's wild.
Always gotta do the right thing.
Yeah.
Clean your meats.
When it's cooked. Even when it's cooked, clean your meat.
Bro, that's supposed to be when it's raw.
What?
I'm like, it's supposed to be when it's raw. You don't clean it when it's cooked. Oh my lord.
Lower the heat a little bit. And let that come to a boil. Okay, now to make the ravioli part.
Ravioli. You see, this is
step
where it
one.
gets back. It
Can of
takes
ravioli.
downhill.
Hashtag not sponsored by Chef Boyardee. Now with your
Not
one
the Chef
hand,
Boyardee.
Oh, he's cooking.
Not the Chef Boyardee. Oh man. Not the Chef Boyardee.
Okay. Now you just, yeah, we don't want all that sauce.
No. Hell no.
That's not good. That's not good
No.
for the noodles.
Why is he doing that?
I don't know. And it's going to become even more confusing shortly.
Oh my lord.
Oh God.
So after a minute, the noodles and broccoli should be boiling. Hey, well, Godzilla here to say hello.
Hello,
Today I'm here to
Godzilla.
sell you tomato soup. Put a picture up.
See, this is where it gets more confusing. So he's going to add Chef Boyardee ravioli to that mess of pastaroni, broccoli, and washed cooked turkey.
Why?
Drains
What's the point of
tomato-
adding all that?
drains the tomato sauce off the ravioli, only to add canned tomato soup.
Yeah, none of this is right. Like none of this makes sense. I mean, why are you draining out the sauce from the Chef Boyardee?
I don't know. Why is he even using Chef Boyardee in the first
Right, right. That's the other question. But
Why is
I'm
he
gonna give
using
him the benefit of the doubt at least. Like, okay, maybe he wants a variety in his dish. I don't know, but like, what is going on?
It's such a thing as too much variety, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I stink. Pickle Godzilla. What do you mean tomato soup? I ain't any bona fide.
Oh, Godzilla
canned
talks.
Tomato soup. Hey, no, my show is gonna go live. My show is gonna go on there. Nah, sorry, Pickle Godzilla. People prefer this.
Ugh.
Just gotta stir this.
Yes, please do.
God damn. Shit. God damn, I love listening to music as I cook. Oof. That's some M right there.
Yeah, you
He
can
was
get.
doing so good with just the broccoli.
Pardon me?
He was doing so good with just the broccoli and the pasta. He would have been fine. That would have been
Yeah.
a perfectly good recipe.
Sure, but yeah, it gets worse.
So
Yeah.
it's still not ready. So you want to turn down the heat a little more. I turn it to about a 2. There.
You see the ring on the stove?
Yeah, that stove could use some cleaning.
Oh my god.
I gotta like this again.
Oh no.
See?
No, please don't.
Oh my lord. He
Upside
makes me
down.
nervous.
About there is where you want it. Then take the same fork you just stirred the noodles with. Cut up your meat.
Okay, what is that white blob next to that piece of meat?
I think it's another part of the chicken that fell off or something like that.
Really?
It could be the fat. I don't know.
Oh.
That's terrible.
Oh.
Tell it. Tell you gotta like that.
Yeah, it could be fat.
I do milk.
Milk.
Got it? Wow. Boils real quick.
Yeah.
He made this all wrong.
Okay, now I gotta strain this. We have to use plates here at this house, so I'll be back. And
I hope you're using plates.
Right.
I hope you're using plates.
Pretty Genius said that stove has seen better days. That is a fact.
Oh god. You said he was making it wrong?
Yeah, he's making it wrong. The milk and the water should have went in first with the butter. And then once that comes to a boil, then you add in the pasta and with the broccoli. And then I guess if you're gonna put the chicken, you can add the chicken in too. and then you sort of let it all cook, and it will reduce down with the whatever seasoning packet it is. It reduces down, and that's how you make it. But he made this all wrong. The yeah, it's all wrong.
It's kind of like the Knorr brand rice or noodle side dishes, I
Yeah.
guess. Yeah. All right, because we don't have pastaroni here.
Oh no. Yeah,
No.
we have it here.
We don't have it here.
It's pretty simple, though, but I think it's the same like the Knorr one. It's pretty similar.
Right. Yeah, I think so. Anyways,
All right, throw it back on. Grab your milk.
more milk.
Pour it till that is enough to cover like that.
Oh, gross.
Don't forget
That
to keep
pasta's gonna be gummy.
Yeah. Because that milk is cold. It's not hot.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta get some water. Maybe do a chug jug.
Why not?
Maybe do a chug jug soon.
Always drink water. It's
With
good
this
for you.
specific beer
Oh
month
Lord.
we have.
My mom always told me.
Your mom what?
My mom always told me you don't start cooking. And I think someone said it in the chat too, and I was raised this way too. You don't start cooking with dishes in the sink.
No,
You have
absolutely
to clear out the dishes. Like everything has to be clean and out the sink. So it's giving me like anxiety just seeing all them dishes there.
God. I mean, I have a sink like one of those old ass sinks like that, and with all the years, I mean, my kitchen needs to be renovated, but hell, my landlord ain't gonna do nothing until I move out, and he can get more money, right? So from another tenant, but it is what it is. But yeah, those sinks are, they do stain, and you see the scratches like that, I mean, what I do is I soak it in bleach, both the basins in bleach regularly, but it doesn't get rid of all the stain, but at least I know I can sterilize it somewhat.
Yeah, at least
Yeah, but sometimes you have to make do with what you got, and I get that. Yeah, and I get that, but I don't think he sterilizes the basin somehow.
Oh yeah, sterilizing is the furthest thing from what's happening.
Yeah, I mean, hell, he's watching cooked chicken over the dishes in the sink, for God's sake. And then we got Chef Boyardee, where he drained out the tomato sauce.
Yeah, this is looking bad.
A bit of a chug jug challenge with it. That's what I'd say. Okay, once it gets to a point where
This
it's just
doesn't even
starting to
look
boil, you
good.
throw the meat in. Like so. And it should react like lava.
I mean, already I'm a vegan, right? I mean, this all things, my sensitivities here, but even if I were eating meat, I wouldn't go near this with a 10-foot pole.
Yeah, that doesn't look appetizing. I think in my opinion, he could have made that a lot better just from, if you want to do like pre-cooked things, there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, as a mom, I have my fair share of doing some pre-cooked foods because it's just easier. But there's ways to sort of like, make it a little bit better. Like the chicken, he could have shredded it, stir fried it a little bit with some seasoning, added something to it, and then threw it in the pot with the pasta, and it would have gave it an extra, flavor. I don't know, but that's
Well, as you can see, didn't add any salt. Not salt.
Really gotta stir all this in. Okay? That goes in last.
The Chef Boyardee's going
This
in.
is dog food.
Dog food, yeah, I'll agree. It's dog. No, I wouldn't even feed that to a dog.
Me either.
No, I wouldn't even feed that to a dog. Sorry. No. I think it would make the dog sick.
It is. Nope. It's not dog food, but it's wordy. Jesus.
Why do you even have it?
And you used to think those were kings in the day.
Why do you even have it?
It helps if you keep stirring it every once in a while.
I haven't had Chef Boyardee in so long.
Why do you have it? It should not even be an ingredient in anything.
Yeah, that's the thing too. Like, how do you look at this and go, "Damn, it's missing something"? Yep, Chef Boyardee.
How is that even an ingredient?
Like, yeah, it's missing Chef Boyardee.
Good God, it's like, okay.
At this point, we want to throw in your cheese.
Oh, well, there's
Why are
cheese.
you doing this one-handed? There's none of these other books.
Cheese. Oh, it's Parmesan. I think it's
Now you gotta
Parmesan.
stir that shit.
No, that's the seasoning packet. That should have been gone in.
Yeah, doesn't that go in with the butter and the milk and the water?
That goes in when you put the pasta in. That's when you put the seasoning packet in.
In other words, his timing is off once again.
Oh, yeah, he's in a whole nother like the way the sequence is completely off with him.
Oh my God.
Just stir this shit like it's drama in a barbershop.
Drama in a barbershop. Drama in a barbershop. I don't know.
I didn't get the gist of that.
I didn't either.
All that junk is cooked. You shut off the
Well,
flame.
it is junk. I'll agree. It is junk. Okay. What are we doing with that?
Pull off the top of your ravioli.
Oh God, no. No.
Throwing too many in makes it too nasty.
Oh.
Trust me. Oh, damn it.
He burned himself.
Oh man, he burned himself, of course.
Look at the sauce. It's spilled right in the
Oh,
element.
that there. That's how you make a what the fuck salad.
Where's the
See
tomato
you
soup?
guys, up next for the taste test.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
yeah,
a wild
he did
boy.
He did a taste test. Let's do it. Let's just do it. It's just
He
too.
did do a taste test.
Hang on.
Yo,
Hang on.
guys, what's up? It's your boy, Airsoft Fatty. So, it has been plenty of time for this stuff to cool down. This here, of course, that I have cooked is the new WTF salad from Airsoft Fatty.
Okay.
So, to review, this is Alfredo noodles, okay,
With Chef Boyardee.
with turkey meat, ravioli, and broccoli in it.
Oh God.
So, today, since this is my
Come
dinner,
on.
sadly,
Chocolate, dude.
doesn't look the best.
Come on. Beauty
Put
bite.
everything on the fork. We're gonna do our usual
Beauty bite. Ooh. I don't know. I don't think he likes it either.
He's deciding.
I don't know. There's none of the good.
Yeah. I think he's like, wait, this. I don't know.
I don't know about
Wasn't imagining it this way.
what did I just do? Where was it?
Auntie Apocalypse said it. Shh. I said shh. Yeah.
I get behind them.
What?
Oh, there wasn't enough broccoli in that last bite.
Not enough broccoli?
There we go. Some broccoli in it.
There you go.
Beauty bite.
Full bite.
Solid 7.8 out of 10. Straight up.
I mean, it definitely would be good drunk food if it was made differently.
Yeah. And it would have to be made very differently.
Yeah.
Very differently. Like no Chef Boyardee.
You guys have no idea. No one unless you cook this.
Oh
Good
my
night,
God.
Lauren.
Good night, Lauren. Thanks for stopping
I
by.
even say this is
Yep,
solid.
thank you.
Oh my God.
He tearing it up. All right. It's probably, I mean, it's tomato sauce with like a sort of Alfredo sauce. Can't be too bad, but it definitely, I wouldn't have cooked it that way. It looks terrible.
I don't know. I'm feeling kind of queasy right now.
After a few drinks, I probably would I'll probably dog that shit. I guess it's bomb, y'all.
Perfect.
Oh, no, it's perfect.
One
He's
last
decided.
thing. It's a treat for those who have already. I mean, it's this end of the video we have a beer mug. What size of my
All right.
face?
So I guess he likes it. Oh
Yeah,
my!
he likes it, that's for sure.
Oh my God! Hey, angry veteran! Hey, angry veteran! Hey, pretty
What's up,
genius!
angry veteran?
Hey, pretty genius! Pretty genius says he tried. You're
Yeah. Yeah, he tried. He definitely tried. I mean, if had he cooked it more so, the Chef Boyardee could have not been a part of that at all. But I think I see where he was trying to go with that. If he would have cooked it a lot differently, it wouldn't have came out looking so terrible. But he just completely, messed that one up.
Yeah. Oh, Michelle, sorry, I didn't think about that part. Yeah, I mean, she just Michelle. Yeah, because
Oh,
I beauty.
Chantal?
Well, I don't think she watches me. I don't think she watches me at all.
Yeah, if Chantal's gonna copyright strike people, then she's gonna have to start making some money off of these sayings. Because can you imagine if Chantal came out with like certain merch with some of her sayings on it?
Beauty Bite merch. Yeah, I'm sure she can make good money with that Beauty Bite merch.
Oh yeah.
I think she could.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even if she can't do graphics, you go to Fiverr. You go to something like Fiverr, and you can find a graphic artist. That's what a lot of the people who make their own merch do. Actually, they may not have the talent in graphic arts, so they'll go for service, or they know someone who's a graphic artist in real life and hire them to do, whip up a couple of designs. So it's not hard.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's not that expensive either.
No, it's not that hard. LOL, Nova trying to deconstruct where this went wrong.
It could have been great that he done it the right way. Could have been great drunk food.
I'm still wondering how Chef Boyardee is even an ingredient.
I don't even know why it would be in anyone's house if they don't have children.
Oh God!
I can see when you have children, you have it, or even like when the pandemic first started and stuff like that, like getting those things as staples. But for you to just be like, yeah, I'm hungry, let me go get me a Chef Boyardee at like 20-something years old, I don't know. Your palate should be a little bit more refined at that point.
It should be, and I think what's weird, it's like, even as a kid, I grew up in my early childhood on Chef Boyardee when I was with my mother, because my mother couldn't cook to save her life.
Mm-hmm.
So, that was the thing, I learned how to cook when I was 10. My father knew how to cook, but back in those early days, he wasn't cooking yet.
Mm-hmm.
So we were stuck,
Yeah.
But I think, if she were to come up if Chantal were to come up with Beauty Bite merch, I think it would make
forget about it. Oh, yeah.
And it's like I said, it's not hard. She can't do graphics because not everybody has that talent. She can go to Fiverr, a service like Fiverr, or she knows somebody in real life, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Angry Veteran. I got drunk one time and threw some frozen patties on a skillet with frozen peas, turkey gravy, canned mixed vegetables, mixed it with tuna and ranch dressing. Oh, my God.
You had me into the tuna and the ranch dressing. I was like, you know what? I could see this being really great.
It was good thing he was drunk.
I mean, when you're drunk, all that shit tastes good too. You'd be like, this is bomb.
Hey, Cheeky Monkey. Cheeky Monkey loves to drunk cooking. It always tastes great. All right, right on. But tell me, so does it still taste great if you're sober? Once you sober up, though?
Hell no.
No, I don't think so.
You'd be like, what did I just eat? Like, what was that?
My drunk food was chicken ramen noodles stuffed full of kimchi. So, I never was a fan of kimchi, to be honest. I keep trying to like it, and I just don't.
Yeah, I've had it once. I wasn't into it, but I was a lot younger, so my taste buds have changed a little bit. So I might try it again, just for shits and giggles.
Her and Amber could make a crap load of money off saying or having their own picture. They could.
Yeah.
They could. Graphic artist for hire. Oh, yeah. Angry Veteran is a graphic artist. This is true. Go check out his channel. He does some artwork over there.
Oh, yeah, I gotta check that out.
Yeah.
Definitely gotta check. You have your own merch. Angry Veteran? I actually had a graphic artist approach me about putting like a line on my store, on my online store.
Sure.
So I'm constantly like, I'm always open to like collaborating and stuff like that.
Cool. Yeah, Angry Veteran also has a YouTube channel. Yeah, he says, I tried Chef Boyardee once as an adult, and I was like, man, the chef fell on hard time.
Oh my god. I always say that ALR should come up with a line of journals, coloring books, and pens, markers with her iconic sayings on them. She would
Yeah.
only have to upload monthly. True.
Yeah, that would work.
Absolutely.
That would work. Because we know she likes, her and Becky both like their adult coloring books,
Yeah, if she wanted to do that, they could definitely. I mean, like even though they wanted to collaborate and Becky do some of the and Becky do like the graphics on the front of the
Yeah,
of the of the coloring book or whatever. I think that would be dope, man.
it
She would
would
make a lot of money too. Mm-hmm.
It would be indeed. Okay, it doesn't feel great coming out the other end. Okay.
No, I doubt it. Yeah.
Okay. Brown girl. Yeah, she should. But for some reason she doesn't. I think it's a missed opportunity. Yeah, I agree. It is a missed opportunity. I agree. Angry veteran. He likes spicy cucumber kimchi. Right on, angry veteran.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Right on. Like I said, I tried to like kimchi. I really have. I just can't. It's just I'm a texture person with my food.
Yeah.
I'm a texture person, and I can't stand the texture of it. No. I wonder if she would consider it now she is getting older. You never know, brown girl life. You never know.
I would definitely love her to put on a business hat and really, and really try and create some sort of merchandise and all that. Because I think she has. If you can, as a person, creating a community, I don't give a shit what people want to say or how it derived or how people think it happened. But the reality is that she's been able to create a community that has single-handedly helped a few people financially. And that's just being generous. If she could do that just from her silly ass vlogs, imagine if she had merchandise. Forget about it.
Oh, true. Definitely. Definitely. Oh, they're talking. Oh, kombucha. I love kombucha. It's just expensive, and I'd love to learn how to make my own because kombucha is expensive.
It is expensive. I'm not crazy about kombucha. I like the pink lady apple kombucha. I think that was the only one that I liked.
Oh, I like most of them. I don't think I've met a kombucha flavor I didn't like yet. Honestly, I don't think I've met one I didn't like. In theory, I should like it, but in practice, I avoid it like the plague. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I love kombucha. I love it. It's just expensive. And I'd like to be able to get equipped, like get the SCOBY, get the big gallon jar. I'd have to get a breathable cloth to cover the jar so the insects don't get in. Because insects don't get in. Because you got to put a dump of sugar. You got to dump a lot of sugar in it.
Yeah.
And that always attracts the bugs.
Yeah. That's the thing about like kombucha and stuff like that. You think that you should like it, but or you want to like it because of the sort of what people say about it, how it's good for you and this and that. But sometimes it just you don't like it.
Look at Brown Girl Life just wrote. So true, Brown Girl Life. That is so true. Look at this.
Yep. Very true.
And all those people who claim to not be able to stand her would be the first in line to purchase her merch if for no other reason than to complain about the quality,
Right. Or the customer service or something.
Like, I don't know, they go to Teespring or something, they go to Teespring and in a lot of their products, let's face it, the quality leaves some to be desired. And they would blame the girls for the quality of the product.
Oh yeah. Are you kidding me? And then it would be, well, why would they price it this high? When they know that, then it'll be about the prices. It'll be about everything. They will pick it apart.
Oh, yeah. Straight talking. I'll take your kimchi and you can have my kombucha. I think that's a fair trade, Anti-Apocalypse. Yeah, I think that's a fair trade. All you need is a coffee filter for the cloth. Oh, okay. Good to know. Brown Girl, I can see that happening. Yeah, we can see it happening too. True facts this week: 500 review videos about how shit Amber Will. Oh my God. It's like the reactors, I can see Charlie Gold. And let's keep in mind, her merch is from Teespring, too.
Yep.
Okay, her merch is from Teespring, too. So is Michael B. Petty's.
Yep.
And they're from Teespring. And I can see, so they would know, especially if they got people to purchase their stuff, they would know if the stuff, that Teespring makes, some of the stuff they make is like the quality leaves a lot to be desired. Yeah, I can still see Charlie Gold in a video blaming them for the quality of the Teespring.
100%.
Of the Teespring hoodie, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Because that's what I hear most. I think that's most problematic about Teespring is their hoodies, the quality of the hoodies.
Oh, really?
That's what
I
I
never
heard.
ordered a hoodie from them, and then I switched it over to Printful. So
Oh, yeah.
I'm not familiar with the hoodies. Yeah, and they're overpriced. Because even when I would be pricing stuff, I'm like, damn, there's no way to make it cheaper. So
Yeah.
like, yeah, it's a lot. It's very overpriced. Well, not very, but it is overpriced. Yeah.
Angry veteran, LA Beast made his own with orange peking. You mean orange pico? I've never heard of orange peking. I've heard of orange pico. Orange peking tea and threw some bacterial culture in it. Okay. Well, that's what a SCOBY is. It is a bacterial culture. That's what it is. To be honest, everyone complains about Teespring. That's what I hear. I still gotta make a move on moving my merch elsewhere. I still gotta make a move on moving my merch elsewhere because I do have to get out of Teespring. If for anything, for Canadians purchasing out of Teespring, the shipping costs are murder.
Yeah.
The shipping costs to Canada are murder. I swear to God. I ordered a sample of one of my mugs. Okay, I figured I should have one of my mugs, my own mugs. And of course, I get them at cost. Okay, I get them at cost through the order a sample thing. And my mug, my lovely mug, it was like what, $11 for the $12 Canadian for the mug that I got at cost, but it was $12 for the shipping too.
Ooh.
So I paid double.
Yeah.
I paid double. Half of that was just for shipping. Hang on. Eddie Apocalypse has some Teespring stuff. Oh, I have a couple of Teespring merch shirts, and they were good quality. Okay, good. Right on. I don't wear hoodies much, so I never bought those. Okay, right on. NGL, I got the mugshot merch. Oh, you got Charlie's mugshot merch? I like the quality of the shirts, and the customer service was A1. Okay, cool. Right on. Don't judge me.
Judgment-free zone.
Judgment-free zone here. Judgment-free. I bought some T-shirts on Amazon, and those are almost good. Yeah, I bought a T-shirt off the Amazon, and it was like the material was so paper thin. No, I think paper is thicker, honestly. And no, and it wasn't the size that it was supposed to be. Like I take a 2X.
Right.
I take a 2X shirt, T-shirt. I take a 2X. And so I ordered myself a 2X T-shirt from the Amazon. It didn't fit at all. It was too small. Like every which way, it was too small. Like it was like I was trying to squeeze into a medium.
Really? I get men's shirts.
What?
I get men's shirts. They tend to have a better quality and they have a longer torso.
Sure.
So I like men's shirts a lot more.
Yeah. Cries in Canadian about the shipping.
That's a lot in shipping.
It is, and that's another reason why I want to move to Shopify, because I did hear that shipping in Canada, it is possible to have stuff shipped from Canada, so that would save a lot on shipping.
Yeah. Yep.
So yeah, for Canada, yeah. Plus, they have a better variety of products, I find.
Oh yeah.
You can have knapsacks, for instance, like knapsacks. Those are popular. Knapsacks are popular. Pajama bottoms are popular. Well, you can do
variety.
You can do swimwear.
Yeah.
Disillusioned Charlie Gold fan. I think a lot of people who are not fans of Charlie Gold these days started off as fans. Let's be honest. I wasn't. I never liked her, but I am cognizant of the fact that a lot of people did support Charlie Gold early on.
Yeah, I think it was cool to say. At that time you only had Zachary Michael was still maybe at like 50,000 in subs. Michael B. Petty was the highest one, and then you had all the other ones that were emerging, but there was still sort of a glass ceiling there. And then you see Charlie Gold come into it and then get 120K. Almost, it felt like overnight. And then to add to that, she was getting endorsed by these big weight loss channels. So I think it was the first time that, at least in my time, following this community, where you saw someone from the community sort of branching out. And I think that was exciting for a lot of people. And then to add to that, she was a big woman. And we know that there is discrimination against people who are overweight. And then to add to that, she was a black woman. And I know that there's a lot of discrimination when it comes to, black women and how they're accepted in certain communities. So all of that together, it was like, yeah, cool. Like, I was never a fan of hers, but I definitely was supportive in the sense of like, cool. Like, she's, I'm interested to see where it's going to go. And then it just went downhill.
Yeah, exactly. Brown girl life. Yep, fully disillusioned. I wanted to support her so bad. I was willing to look past her emerging messiness, but eventually enough was enough. Well, a lot of people feel the same way you do, and you did, Brown girl life. You're not alone.
Mm-hmm.
We're really not alone. Yeah, I bought one on Amazon that came with a hole. Oh, wow. Came with a hole in it. Oh. And I just started to take the L and wear it. And by the time I wore it a couple of times, it had 2 more big holes formed. Yeah.
Yikes.
I like men's shirts too. Cool. Right on. I wear men's t-shirts too, actually. Honestly. I do own, because I like my clothes loose and baggy. I can't handle tight clothes.
Yeah.
I really can't handle tight clothes or anything tight or constricting. It's one of my neurological things. I can't handle it. So often I will buy t-shirts that are too big for me, or pants, like tight jeans. I can't handle that. Leggings I can barely handle, and that's
really
barely. Yeah. Orange Pico. Yeah, that's what I thought you said, Angry Veteran. I can't wear men's t-shirts. I'm only 5'4" and my torso is short. So if I don't wear tailor women's tee to hug my waist, I look like I'm shaped like SpongeBob SquarePants. Well, I don't think so. I don't think so. Cheeky Monkey. It's a length for me. Women's shirts seem to be shorter. Yeah, I'm with you there. I'm with you there, Cheeky Monkey. And Cheeky Monkey is not tall, it seems.
Are you shorter than me? I'm 5'3".
I'm 5'8".
Oh, really?
Yep, 5'8". Yep. So far, the person I bought merch from hasn't been problematic, and I hope he never will be. Okay, right on.
Ooh, let's keep the prayers alive for that.
Let's keep the praise alive for that, indeed. Auntie, yay for the short squad. It's difficult to find something that not too short or long. True. See, that's my problem. I'm 5'8", and I like my things long.
Yeah.
And I discovered the same thing with women's shirts, even in the plus size. Okay, and then from the plus size, I find that they're not long enough for me.
Yeah.
I like things covered. My husband is.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
My husband is 6'2". His t-shirts are like dresses on me. I could see that.
Yeah, 5 feet. I can bet.
My God, what were you going to say?
I lost my train of thought. It was something about the shirts. I can't remember. You keep going. If I remember, I'll say it.
I also bought a Gigi mug. I assume you mean Gaining Ground. Gaining Ground. I liked his mug. I didn't buy one, but I liked his design. And have some conflicting feelings about that as well. Yeah, that's fine. I think we all could. So Nova, the pressure is on. Speaking of merch, we're gonna do the once over for the obnoxious e-begging show, and Michelle, I believe, is still here for it because we know how much she loves it. So, to support this channel, you can PayPal me. I promise, whatever information is on your PayPal, I keep it secret. I respect privacy, so you can have that. PayPal. Also, I have merch. We started talking about shirts. I have merch. For now, I'm parked at Teespring myself, but yeah, Michelle's getting the popcorn. So, anyways, yeah. So here's the Teespring for my merch. If anybody's interested, and if you haven't joined my Discord server already, please consider doing so. What are you waiting for? You have to be 18 and up to join. We're pretty drama free, I'm happy to say. And yeah, you have to be 18 and up, and we have rooms to suit all tastes, chat rooms to suit all tastes. So yeah, come and join if you haven't done so already. Give it a thumbs up on the way out the door if you haven't done so already. Yeah.
Yeah,
So.
give it a thumbs up. Excuse me.
Oh, she smashed her GG mug.
She did?
I missed that.
I missed that.
That wouldn't surprise me. We've seen the rages she could go on camera. Can you imagine what kind of rage she might have behind the scenes?
I've seen a few different reactors, at least in this community, where there are certain moments that they have where you're like, oh, you are not a nice person outside of this. Like, you're barely a nice person here, but I can tell you're not a nice person outside of this. And to me, I mean, I don't know. I could just see certain people, how they respond to certain things, or not even amongst other reactors, but just how they express themselves. And I'm like, yeah, you're an asshole outside of this.
Oh my God. Sorry, I only support creators who promise to dox me. Very with no sense of self-preservation. Get on my level. I love you. I love you, Auntie.
Auntie Apocalypse and her takes are always great.
Aren't they though?
Yep. You either get an extremely how do you call sarcastic response, or you get just a plain intellectual response, and it's always great either way though. Always.
Yeah. Anti-apocalypse's comments are always welcome around here. Always. They're always welcome around here. She doesn't have a channel though, so she doesn't do YouTube. It was soon after the whole Charlie debacle. Oh, okay. All right. Okay, that's when she smashed her GG mug. Okay. I mean, you paid good money for it. Why not smash it? Okay.
I remember when she was like a huge GG fan, because I saw it on one of her videos, and she was like, everybody loves gaining ground, and then she just turned on him.
Yeah, exactly. It's yeah, exactly. It was like it's almost like kind of like I don't know. It was
almost like it was fake all along, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like nothing was real about it. Nothing was real about it. But,
yeah, because I feel like even with, sorry to interrupt you, but I feel like even when you talking, or if you sort of have become friendly with certain creators or what have you, like even what just happened with Belinda, right?
Yeah.
To me, I didn't take it as someone who is, a person of color. I wasn't like, oh, screw her, blah blah blah. You know what I mean? Like for me, it was like I looked at the situation as a whole, and as a person who makes videos and does live streams, I know that sometimes you can either like a comment or whatever. You could just do it in passing because you just want to show people that you appreciate them engaging with you and this and that. And I didn't really take it as anything because I've heard her speak about certain issues, and I've heard her take stances that weren't, that were against some of the people that she were with, some of the people that she critiques, like with the whole Charlie Cole thing. So I'm like, all right, maybe she just like fucked up. You know what I mean? Like that's the way I kind of looked at it. I didn't look at it like, oh my gosh, she's a racist, blah blah blah. But I don't know. Maybe that's just because that's me. I'm very fair that way. But I don't know. I just feel like if you're that friendly with someone, you at least give them a little bit of the benefit of the doubt. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. I feel exactly the same way, actually. I mean, yeah, I do. Oh, Apocalypse reminds me of Yaba burning the Angie Lee drawing. Personally, I wouldn't poke the Angie.
Yeah.
I mean, I pretty much try not to acknowledge her existence.
Yeah.
I pretty much try not to acknowledge her existence. You know what I mean?
That's
So, anyways, we're going to. All good things must come to an end, because we've been on for many hours, over 2.5 hours.
yeah.
And it was so nice talking with you. We saw some new faces in the chat. So, new faces, welcome to welcome to our happily dysfunctional family. Give a thumbs up if you haven't already done so, and consider subscribing if you haven't done so already. Links to support the channel are further up in the chat, but they're also in the description box. Once I get off, I go sub to Nova-Reii's channel. I will put her channel link in the pinned comment once I jump off. So go check her out, because we really need to get her to 1,000 subs. It's just December 1st is past. We would like to get her to 1,000 subs during the month of December, during AdSense month.
Yes.
We would like that. And so, yeah. Let's go show her some love. And I will also put in the channels the Dad Challenge podcast, because I think he's awesome. And there was another channel I was going to put in. Who was it? There was another channel. Oh, yeah, the Needy Homesteader. Yeah, Heather. If you want to learn about canning or food preservation or cooking or homeschooling or groceries on a budget for a large family, I think he's a good resource for that, especially if you are in America. So I will link her channel as well. I hope you enjoyed this. And Nova-Reii, who has been here before, and then she'll be back.
Yes, I'll be back. I had a very good time. Thank you for having me once again.
No problem. Stick around. So I'll tell you what is coming up. I don't know when exactly, but I'll tell you what is coming up. Sometime this week. I still have to hammer a schedule, but I'm going to have John's Peanut Gallery on with me.
Oh, nice.
Yes, we're going to discuss hater hypocrisy.
Nah.
Yeah, we're going to discuss that, and probably other related matters as well.
Mhm.
So we just have to hammer out a time. We just have to basically hammer out a time. Hopefully her Wi-Fi or technology will work. And yes.
Gotta get that potato going.
Yeah, get those potatoes and wire hangers. So you won't want to miss that. I'll let you know as soon as Peanut and I hammer out a date. But yeah, Peanut, John's Peanut Gallery will be a guest. And I plan to have other guests, but I have to talk to them first. And so I'm not going to say who I want to have on in case they tell me no to my face. But yeah, Peanut Gallery, this is something I asked her a while ago if she would come on my channel, and she has always been down with it, but we just never were able to hammer out a time, and we're going to try and hammer out a time for this week to do that. And what else? Oh, yes, I kind of retooled the 12 Days of Christmas.
Yeah.
That's going to be for a video. I rewrote the lyrics. It's called the 12 Days of Hater Miss. So it's the 12 Days of Christmas hater style.
Oh, that should be very interesting. Depending on I'm interested to see how you're gonna put that video together.
Yeah,
really
I'm
cool.
interested on how I'm going to put that video together. I'm trying right now because I've run into a snag already, because I looked at the YouTube audio library, and I look for the royalty-free sites that do offer music that YouTubers can use. And so far, I haven't been able to find a full instrumental version of the 12 Days of Christmas, and I need the full instrumental version, because most of them only play 2.5 minutes of it. And for obvious reason, the way the song goes, I can't loop a 2.5 minute.
That's what I was gonna ask. Okay, yeah. All right.
I can't loop it. No, it won't make it won't rhythmically.
All right.
So unfortunately, so right now I have put out a call for somebody who can play it on piano, guitar, harmonica, or even a kazoo. I'll even accept a kazoo. I'll even accept a kazoo. And it's going to have images. It's going to have images for each of the gifts or days of Christmas. It's going to have images flying
Oh,
across.
that should be fun.
So I'm not going to tell you what the lyrics are yet. So only a very few people have seen the lyrics for opinion. And so far I've gotten very positive reviews. So that I think is going to be in 2 weeks from now, because that's going to be a hard video to edit. And I still have to find somebody who can play me the full version. The full version, instrumental of course, is 4.5 minutes long. And if I have to sing a cappella, I don't think people will watch the video in through. If I have to sing the song a cappella, trust me, nobody's going to watch the video through.
You might be good. You might be able to sing the hell out of that song a cappella.
I mean, my ex suggested that it was my ex that suggested I just sing the song a cappella.
Yeah, you never know.
It's like, God, you've heard me sing, right? I mean, you lived with me for 9 years. You've heard me sing, right?
Yeah, I mean, he might be onto something. You never know.
It's like, you've heard me sing, right? It's like, we're not going to watch the video through. We're not going to hear my marvelous lyrics, my marvelous retooled lyrics. It's like,
Right.
So that's going to be in a few weeks, like I said, because that's going to be a huge editing job, and in a few weeks from now. Plus, I have a lot of upcoming medical tests coming up, which is going to take away from some video making. So, yeah, it is what it is. But, yeah. So, like I said, Nova-Reii, go sub to her channel. Go sub to her channel if you haven't already. Let's get her up to 1,000 subs. Let's do it on time so she can perhaps benefit from December AdSense month.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I want to thank you again, because I'm gonna hop off. I want to thank you for having me, and I want to say thank you to everyone for hanging out with us. And yeah, if you haven't done so already, go over to Nova-Reii and subscribe. I also have a vlog channel, Nova-Reii Vlogs, and I will be uploading regular. I don't know. I can't even make promises, because that's like I have so many other things that I have to do, but I'm trying to work that into the schedule. So yeah. Anyway, Straight Talk Fedora Chick, thank you so much for having me on, and I'm gonna talk to you
my pleasure.
another time. And yeah, have a good night, everyone. Everyone, good night.
And you're always welcome here. You know that
you.
you're always welcome. It's always a lot of fun having you here.
Thank you. Everyone, have a good night, and you have a good night too.
You too.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Son.
Good night.
Bye. Okay, so I'm going to sign off. Always remember, especially now, it's the holiday season when people are most vulnerable. Some of the vulnerable are even more vulnerable, as well as now during pandemic. That makes things all that more challenging. So please remember to, take care of yourselves and each other. And please remember, if there's somebody vulnerable in your midst, please take the time out of your busy schedule to give them a call, or DM them if they have social media. And yeah, sometimes it can make all the difference in the world to that person. So I wish you all a very good night, and thank you. You all rock. And I'll have all those links in the pinned comment when I get off. So good night, everybody. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and all that lovely stuff. And again, the merch and PayPal links are in the description box. So have a great night, everybody, and I'll see you all soon.